finish what we started. Don't wanna cry about it. Let's finish what we started.
How's it going, boys? Hope y'all are having a good one. Hope everybody's ready for even more duels. Maybe next week we're not going to be doing any, just because like look, it's happening. Midnight is almost here, and then I'm kind of like like we're basically waiting for pre-patch at this point. The changes, the class things, I think it's going to be a nice refresher. So next week maybe we won't host any duels on NA or EU, and we'll just come back the Friday of the pre-patch, and hopefully the game is pretty stable by then. How y'all doing though? Welcome back. You guys are having a good one. I'll just we'll figure it out next week. But yeah, tonight I am hoping we get more EU duels tonight. And I guess the idea is like if we have enough of them, if we do enough, I'm like, you know what? I could just turn them all into videos. Next week we just skip out, and I could just, you know, take the highlights over this week, past week, and a couple of that I didn't get to upload week before that. And I could just turn it into like, all right, here's like the rest of the War Within, and just get it out of the way so we have none of them left over, right? And I could just go and delete all those audio files, all those, everything. That would be ideal for me, so we could just start like from scratch and then head into the next expansion I see they're going to turn off Classic WoW for 24 hours for the pre-patch. I think it's a first-time thing. What was the reason for it? Because I saw that they posted like, oh, we had a reason. I was like, oh, I don't care to read. But what was the reason, if any? Because I guess like since I'm not really planning on playing TBC pre-patch, release a compilation on my wins, thank you for the great content. Yo, I didn't do nothing. You guys are the ones doing the content stuff here. What do you mean, boys? What are y'all talking about? It could be done without you, boys. Could be done without you guys out here. Dan, and I'm seeing Bayek already messaging me. Hold on a second. Hey, yes, we are getting you right now. Yeah. 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely hold you a spot, man. They need to dupe every single account. So there's a living account TBC, and they kept the account of Classic Era, and it takes time. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So they're basically just keeping the original and they're making a duplicate to play into, but if you want to go, that's a pretty good way of going about it. Yeah, you know what? If they need a day to do that, who would have an issue with that? Did anybody have like an actual issue? Like, what is this? Because like the idea is to preserve the original and just like let him keep that. Didn't they do that for last time with TBC too? Or was it a progressive realm? I think it was a progressive realm, wasn't it? Yeah, you had to go and copy a character, otherwise it was going to progress. But now they're just doing automatic. I'm okay with it. Don't even try to look at Wowhead comments. I knew they were going to be a mess. Are they actually a mess? Who would complain about it? Hold on a second. What is there to complain about? Is it just the fact that you can't play the game for 24 hours? I mean, I guess if you wanted to find like one negative, yeah, it's a bummer. I think they're just giving opinions to carry on or stay back. Just giving opinions on carry on or stay. I mean, look, some people are going to want to have the opportunity to go back. Some people are going to want to just carry on a character. You'll have the option. You'll just have like a copy of your classic character. If you just want to keep playing classic as it was, preserved, or if you just want to take that same character and take him forward, you can. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's... Well, actually, no, hold on. Another point I could see somebody getting upsetty spaghetti about it is because now you're splintering the classic community. You're giving people the door to just go play classic and then giving people the door to continue playing TBC. And I imagine classic Andes were like, well, I like the fact that I can keep playing classic, but what if people like, you know what, TBC is not fun. More people just keep playing classic. And then the TBC community is really tiny. So maybe the TBC Andes are like, no. Don't give them the option. Don't give them the door. All of us are traveling forward as a big pack. We're not splintering off. Don't even give them the option. I can see that. People getting upset at that. I don't know, man. I feel like they already have so many versions of WoW. Given like another version of a classic TBC versus vanilla. Just having a copy to give players what they want. Give them the option to go back if they want them. I don't know. That seems like the better option. Because like the reason why we were in a situation where people wanted classic, but we only had retail, and they were like, you think you do, but you don't, is because there was no option for classic, and then the stories became a thing. I feel like they've learned the lesson of, you know what, let's just have the options. Yeah, it's going to splinter the community, but everybody gets their own flavor of WoW. And is it really that bad? Is it really that bad? I feel like you're never going to agree with one another, you know what I mean? Good to go? Yeah, let's get the groups going then. Yeah, I'm going to stop yapping. That's my fault for yapping out here. Yaposaurus Rex over here. I literally was doing a video yesterday and I was like intro, and I was like, I just literally titled it dash intro or hashtag intro, just so it like does a header format, dash Yaposaurus Rex. And I was like, I'll leave it at that. Couple of spaces, couple of dashes, I'll fill it. Because I knew I'd be able to yap it up in the, as an intro. And I was like, I like usually go back to the intro and like, okay, after I did the video, I'll go through intro, cover some bullet points or whatever. And I was like, I'm just going to free ball it. I just worked on this thing for a while. So I feel like I know what I'm about to say. Of course, I stumble on my words and I take away the stumbles, but you know what I mean? All right, let's get the groups up and running. 5V5 1V1 DUELS. We are back, baby. Hey, we getting some 5V5 1V1 duel groups up and running right now. If y'all want to join in, Stellari, he's already in. Dan, already in. We're doing it, baby. Let me also post how to join in. I don't know if I did that yesterday or not, but I feel like I need to be better at that. How to join groups, where to find the groups, LFG. LFG, baby. Lore, let's go. Let's go, baby. Okay, so this group needs like 2 more. With Dan. Dan the man. Does Broton join these? I don't remember, dude. Arbus, I know, might be a no-go. Oh, hey. Hey. Down for hosting more duels on you today. Feel free to... Azure's, yo, my guy, Azure's, get in here. I was there. Yeah, man. Yeah. Wait, are you not in? Isn't that you right here, Stellar? I think it's you, right? What was there? Nah, you good, man. You good. Unless it was somebody else. Wait, you can't spell duels. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let me tell Rick. Let me tell Rick. Does Ruins want to join in? That'll be a fantastic invite. I don't know what happened to Dan doing. There we go. Get in here, Dan, because you basically helped make up this whole team, essentially, man. I wonder if the Sveshka's around. Maybe. Tartsad? I don't remember who Tartsad is. Wait, is Min hanging out with Johnny? Both of them battle Gilneas. Potentially. Possibly. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Okay, there we go. Okay, Vermilla's setting me with some big brain takes about Rogue, and I'm gonna catch those up in a little bit later. Here we go. Alrighty, so this group is formed. I'm gonna make the Dan lead, if you don't mind, man. I'll make Dan lead. Yeah, all you gotta do is just let me know how the group is doing, if you guys are looking healthy or if you need more bodies. I'm gonna make a second one real quick. Molten Core. And Bayek did ask if we're gonna be doing some, so maybe we'll be able to get him in here as well. Possibly even maybe get Rick in here also. Alright, second group listed up. Who else could I invite to the group then? Is the question. Bro, know what I mean? Why not? No? I might lag. Ooh, okay, Curdy, my guy. Welcome. Who else would I be able to? Because the only other person on the group is Ruins that's lead, but Ruins gotta go do stuff in a bit. I just need to have somebody that's on my real ID that can do it, man. That's all. Okay, Johnny's a maybe. Johnny's a hard maybe. He's doing some stuff already. I'll try it. Yeah, as long as I have somebody in that group that I have on real ID, like if Rick was in, I'd be able to do it pretty easily. Rick is busy doing stuff, but he said he'll be down whenever he's free. Doesn't Alex want to join in? There we go. Night Fiend is in, Stellar's in, I don't remember, Tads, and Here we go. And then I'll let Go Eris know as well. Okay, so I got a couple of whispers, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, nice. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit. It's nice, Reed. It's nothing to do with the game. It's all back end talk, what they're doing. Hold on. I feel like now I kind of do want to peep it. Is it actually like a disaster? What's up, Ruin? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. Do I not have Classic popping up anywhere in the WoW news? I don't know. Yeah, that would do it. Comments. 21 comments? Bro, I feel like Classic, whenever they have an article, there's like no comments on it. Okay, 1 day game time, please. True. If they are greedy nowadays, why should they be consumers? The sub cost 30 bucks, release at 0.43 cents, give it back. Demanding 50 cents because a third of the game is going to be online for a day. Incumbent butthurt Americans crying out because they still don't understand how they own turbo capitalism and they're in fact 4.2% not. What? What is this guy on about? Holy unhinged. Hit another salty European instead of always hitting in the ass is Dominant Horrifire. What is this, dude? What is this, bro? Holy, it's like geopolitics here, man, in the classic Wowhead comment section. What is this, bro? This whole explanation is a little triggering to mob players after everything they've been through. But hey, at least anniversary players get to keep their guild, I guess, question mark. That said, does not explain. Okay, I don't even. Holy. You start reading it and you're just like, man, it just gives off like, what's the best word for it? I guess weird vibes, man. The whole explanation is a little triggering to mob players after everything that they've been through. Like, buddy, you sound like you literally went through World War II or something. Like, face the trenches of Normandy yourself. Like, that's gotta be satirical, right? Who the hell says triggering in the good old, big old 2026, man? What is this? Is this real? It's like I went back in time. You know what I mean? They did go through Kata again. Is that what they mean? Is that real? I feel like for you it's a joke, but I imagine like for somebody that might be like, oh, it was real, like, I don't even know what word I want to use here. A real, impactful experience. I don't know. Appreciate the explanation because a lot of times it feels like the game goes down for no reason. I mean, they take down servers, do some shit, and come back up. The marvel at Wowhead commented his ability to create an argument out of information post describing technical. Wait, what? Did Wowhead post something about this too? People just constantly back and forth responding to it. Jesus Christ, it's literally geopolitics. Hold on. Okay, so the Wowhead article says, while this may seem mundane to some, that's actually maybe the first time Blizzard is taking two different versions of WoW Classic era TBC and merging them into some database. Could this be the first step towards Blizzard merging other databases servers as well, such as Discovery or Pandaria, into a live version of the game? No, that's actually a really good argument. You know why? You know why? I feel like none of the comment section says this. If they're merging the databases, right? There's an opportunity to share more data between the two. You know why it could possibly be interesting? Maybe, and this is just me extrapolating it, possibly open up a door. You know how like in Classic you get like, I don't know, you go do some rare quests, rare items, you get some insane appearances that you keep in your auction house and your bank, and then you get to add it if you've been playing from like Classic Vanilla into TBC, into Wrath, and now you have those mogs or those rewards or those things to carry on that account, but you don't get it on retail. Would have been cool if like, oh, you're a retail player, go play Classic MOP and you could earn those challenge mode sets potentially. What if they could be transferred into your retail account because it's one account anyway? You can't do that, but if they merge them together, maybe there's an opportunity to do that. You know, it's all one account and it's all one progression kind of deal. Your Classic plus zones, maybe that too, but I'm thinking from the other perspective of like Classic rewards going into retail, possibly, potentially. So I think on that angle, that's interesting. But we'll see. We'll see. Go Eris, my man. All right, we still got to fill up the group with 3 more. What was going on? Just looking at Classic Wowhead post about them. Apparently, like they're TBC anniversary servers are going to be down for 24 hours. They're essentially merging some databases together to make sure there's a copy of a classic version, vanilla classic anniversary, and a TBC version of the character, yada yada yada. Whole comment section of Wowhead, Jake said, is kind of a travesty, as it usually is, and I want to look at it, and yeah, it does seem like it's pretty much geopolitics. It's just so cringe and weird. And then they were like making fun of Wowhead's like potential like article, not breakdown, but like a potential like what this could mean for the future of WoW, and then merging things together, databases together. And I kind of was just like, wait, nobody's talking about the actual point. It's not a terrible point. Like, what if they're combining all the databases between like versions of classic, which are usually separate, and then potentially even versions of retail, and now there's a potential for like a database sharing. So I was saying, like, what if they're possibly setting it up so it's maybe possible for like you to earn rewards in a classic version of WoW and potentially get those rewards in retail in a way. You know what I mean? And I was just using an example of like challenge modes for MOP, you know, going back to playing classic MOP and then having them on your retail account. That'd be kind of cool. Except for like 5 hours, you lost me. Travesty? Yeah, all good. Yeah. I was going big brain. I was trying to go big brain. I'd hate that if they did that. Means you have to go back to the account. Black and Plague Proto Drakes with Julian Tiger. I mean, if they're all you, but they're separate account, like they'll be able to share those rewards, right? Ideally, you wouldn't have to go and earn them again. Like you earn them on this account, you earn them on this account, all connected. You get them on both accounts. I feel like that would be a better way of going about it. Personally, if they were to do that, you wouldn't have to redo it. You'd have to just share it. You've already earned it. Here we go. Who else could I invite, man? Sean, I asked yesterday. He never really got back to me, so I'm just gonna let him do his thing. I don't know if Taz joins in regularly. Here we go. I wonder how long they'll think of an idea to remove one honor point from my halts. Yeah. Nice haircut. What's up, Ryan? Yeah, I got this like what I got a cut, I don't know, a couple of like a week or two ago. I usually just go into my barber and I'm like, yo, give me short. give me short. Give me the sides and the back super like faded and tapered. It's just nice, man. I used to kind of let my hair kind of get long, but like I don't like when the back and the sides get long anymore. Like a little length on top, I'm kind of more or less okay, but I can't do the sides on the back anymore. I just cannot. It doesn't ever feel good. Especially like it's gonna get summer, dude. It's already getting like warm for some reason. It's still winter technically. You know what I mean? It's a new year, it's January, but it's already like 73, which is kind of warm for where I live. And it's humid, like 79% humidity, dude. It's a lot. It's like anytime we have heat or cold, it like exacerbates it because it feels colder or feels warmer, and it feels even warmer. It feels like 79. It's 73. It feels like 79. And I'm like, dude, that's close to 80, bro. And you're like, dude, if you're Celsius, you're cooking. If you're Fahrenheit, what is that? What is that? 80 F2C. It's like 26, bro. It's like 26. It's like close to 30. It's cooking. 26 Celsius outside, bro. It feels like it. Not actually that it is. It just with humidity. It feels like it. It's awful. Alright, I'm waiting on Bayak, I think. It's freezing in the UK. Dude, I like it to be a little freezing. Just a little freezy. Just a little freezy, boy. That's all I want. Minus humidity, but I can't get rid of that, dude. We got wetlands, we got the beaches, we got all that. I can't get rid of it. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. So yeah, it's a little tough. It's just a little tough. So I see Nikkei was insane to go for a walk the other day, dude. I love it. Maybe not the ice, maybe not full on snow, but I like it cold. I like it cold where I can put on like a nice warm jacket and I can stay toasty while it's cold outside. But like, yeah. So freezing, don't want to walk to work 2 days ago. I really go ill. Yo, you know what I mean? I like it cold, but not that cold. I don't want to get ill. I don't want to be catching a cold, catching something. I don't want my fingers to be frozen. I just gotta like it like perfect weather. Snow for 30 minutes, didn't even set on the ground. I do like snow. I do like snow. I really like snow. But like everything post snow, like when snow first lands, it's nice and fluffy. Oh, that's the best. But like when it starts to melt and it becomes like slushy, oh, this is the worst. Like, yeah. Yeah. But if it's to the point where it's snowing, then it's cold. That's pretty damn cold. And yeah, like, this is about as cold as it's gonna get here. And with it being usually warm, that kind of a not really tropical climate, but as close as you can get it. It's not like super warm. It's not enjoyable, not always though. What does he Ben wants to join in? More girls tonight. Got some spots open if you're interested. Join up. There we go. Alrighty, waiting on my boy Bike because he did message me at around like 126. So I'll see if he'll be back here in a bit. Hopefully. My friend was in Brazil for Christmas period. It was always about 30C the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, especially in like the close to the equator, right? Pretty sure Brazil is pretty close to the equator. Like the tropical climate is just it's pretty hot out there, dude. It's pretty hot out there. But hey, at least they decided to even though it's warm, hopefully it was at least nice weather. And it could have been worse. Like Brazil is a pretty good place to like go for Christmas stuff. Could have been, you know, I think it was in Venezuela. They got a Christmas drop there pretty quick. You know what I mean? Oh shit. Alright, so who else can I invite? That's usually pretty regular. Oh chat, I was also Jake, I actually gotta tell you about, I tried Outlaw the other night, and I tried a full-on mastery build with Trickster. I don't know if I said it yesterday or not, but boy was it good. It's actually so good. Biggest Christmas drop in history. Bro, seriously. Bro, seriously. Yeah, I saw something else hilarious. You just came into Venezuela and decided just to do a pickup drop on a really what is it, a leader, you know, this whole presidency and all that, like this in question over there. It's all weird, right? Corruption, all that. But like somebody that's like super unpopular and just pick up drop him. And I saw somebody on Twitter to say, or X or whatever, but like somebody saying like, what, why were you not to Keir Starmer? He has less lower approval than Maduro. And I just thought like, yo, is that real? Is that real? Just hoping Affy's good. Bro, Affy's so good. Affy, at least in PvE, it is so good. You are gonna have to be maintaining dots a lot more. Yeah, they made the joke in front of group. No one got it. Is their pro really that low? I don't keep up, bro. In US, we got Trump. We got plenty of news that you just, it's already hard enough to avoid it all. So yeah, speaking PvP wise, I think in PvP wise, stacking UAs is probably going to feel pretty weird, but I do think the constant passive damage of UA and Agony, as well as like you not having to manage like billion little buffs, it's going to be better. I think it's going to be better. Just getting those dots is going to feel more impactful, especially with the CCs, right? You can't just be completely locked into CC chain, into CC chain, into CC chain as you're just trying to get a UA, right? Because normally you would have like a rogue, you try to cast UA, kick. All right, now I get a UA going, cheap shot. Second UA, cheap shot. Second UA, cheap shot. You know, in DR after 2, gouge. You basically are reducing how many CCs somebody can keep throwing at you to chop a lot of your damage. So I feel like it's going to be like, once you get it going, it's going to be much better. Much better. But yeah, Run into a bad healer and Affy and make him dispel someone. Yeah, exactly. The fact that you could also put up UAs and multiple people just baseline, I think it's also going to be kind of interesting because you could do a bit more spread pressure or just load somebody up and just have like Giga dispel. Yeah, I feel like as long as it's tuned correctly, it'll be fine. Like really, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, but Midnight at least, Affy PvE feels really good. The actual maintenance of dots and like that's the only thing you really gotta do is fine. As long as you don't have little itty bitty BS little buffs you gotta maintain, I think it's gonna play just fine. And that's kind of where it's at for PvE, and I think it's gonna translate into PvP pretty nicely. In my opinion. But you know. Ren Sharo, is that an A? It is an A, dude. Sometimes I look at some of these names, I'm just like, is that an A? Is that a U? I cannot tell, dude. I don't remember. So look, I remember he's. What is that name? What is that name? What is that name? Sorry, Loco. My guy playing some mop remix. Okay, dude. Okay, guy. Okay, dude. Yo, watch. It's an A2, I think. Pretty sure. Bro, it's been... Yeah. Sad we lost Vile Taindom and Double Agony is insanely bad on like 2 moons. Like Vile Taint as an ability, I feel like was always a half-assed ability. Like if it was like Shadow Crash, I think it would have been fine. But it was always weird. It was always its own dot. And like whenever you put up UA, agonies, you will still need to reapply agonies again. I don't know. I'm okay losing Vile Taint. I feel like it's one less little micromanagement CD little thing that you gotta worry about. And I feel like, for Agony, like you definitely want to spread them as many as possible, but like you'll probably do like a couple of them for resource building and then you'll just spam seeds. You know what I mean? I feel like it's probably better. I feel like it's a little better. Got a dip, need to get my Jameson. Go for it, man. Go for it. You already told me ahead of time. Yeah, we'll need to get your replacement for that other team, but I'm still trying to build up this team. There is also a possibility, chat, that we try to put a group together and like an hour in, we're like, you know what? It ain't happening. We're just gonna come back next week. That may be a possibility because it is an end of an expansion and I'm not gonna like try to force a duel. I was kind of walking in with this. I'm like, you know what? Every single time we actually get a group together is a blessing. So I'm just gonna take what we can. But I knew ahead of time, like, yeah, it's gonna go sideways at some point. Unless Bayek logs in because he has a knack for putting a group together ridiculously fast and already got 2 people in this one. So like I'm sure with him it'll be really easy to fill. That is if he logs on. So yeah. But yeah, man, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it one bit. Don't gotta apologize. Don't gotta explain yourself. You do your thing. Yo, hey, Zero, hold on. Hey, Zero. We're doing more duels this evening. You are welcome to join some if you like. Depending on using up my rest before TBC prepared, so I can just push and level up bracket faster, or just wait. I would just wait, man. At this point I would just wait. You know what I mean? I would just wait, especially if you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go hard in TBC. Just do your thing, man. I would just wait, honestly. I would just wait. Alrighty, so we'll see if I can get Zero, possibly, potentially. Otherwise, I will not stand by, boys. We're waiting. We're all waiting. But yeah, dude, Vile Taint, I feel like losing that, I'm fine with it. Honestly, I'm fine with it. I feel like, you know what? It's one of those things like, does the core of the spec work? If the core of Affliction Warlock, because I feel like the core was really annoying without Vile Taint. Sure thing. Yeah, Zeta said it would be down for like a 30 minutes, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe Bayek will be on by 30 minutes, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I also want to see if Saya logs, or if Johnny changes his mind, because he also has a good knack for getting a group whipped up together in tip-top shape real quick. But yeah, I feel like the core of Affliction plays really good. I feel like even like core of Demonology plays really good. The core of each classes are pretty solid. There's like a handful of classes that I think the core is a little shaky, but that just might be me. I feel like Feral core is a little weird. None of the specs have hit that Feral though. I still need, dude, I still cannot believe they gave him a passive of 5-second duration that could just be extended into like 3, 4, 5 minutes of a buff. It's just wild to me. Like, what were they thinking? What is that? Maybe in PvP it'll make a difference because you do have to peel out, so you'll be losing that buff, but then you have to get it back. But like, it's pretty easy to. It's just so weird, such weird design. I feel like they should have had the buff like overlap itself, maybe. I feel like Fire Mage got an overlapping component, didn't they? With like a Fire Blast thing, or like a damage amp. I feel at least that like it works there. Kalamazoo did the Warlock ride up on Midnight and Wowhead. Bro said Rain of Fire spam does not feel good. Has been saying this since SL, and I feel like he is the only one saying it. I feel like Rain of Fire spam, I actually enjoyed some, like just doesn't feel fun to press, because I played Destruction, where you go Destro, drop it down Big Infernal, and you spam in a shitload of Rain of Fires in Alcathar. That is fun to me. Or doing that in like a Blackrook hold where you do a Giga pull and you just rain, and watch the damage go up. I don't know, I actually kind of enjoyed Rain. Because like you would get resets of resources with Rain, you could just spam it, get resources back, spam it, and just chain it. I kind of liked it, to be honest. I like the ramp up and like the damage it did. It just cranks as long as things are standing in Rain. I think maybe like, I know the Warlocks, is that a dude named Naruto? Actually though. Yeah, I love Rain. Don't see someone wouldn't. I see why people wouldn't, because like, look, it's not as big as like a big old bolt that connects big bro damage. It's the thing that ticks down as a dot. It's like a dot in an area. It's like Blizzard. What sucks about Blizzard, Earthquake, Rain of Fire is it works when mobs are in there, but when they walk out, you do no damage. So I can see why Destro Warlocks would rather do like big chunky Chaos Bolts. And maybe they should just rethink their AoE to like give them a talent where Chaos Bolts now cleave things around you. So you can just go priority cleave damage. And I feel like that will maybe work for them too. Just big old bolts, that's all you do. And you just want to hit a guy that's surrounded by the mobs and you can just truck them down. That'd be sick. But like Rain of Fire does like spread AoE damage. Maybe they should make it so the Rain of Fire follows your target or something, right? Or moves with it, or something along those lines. Or like Starfall for Boomkins, but like everything around you is just under fire. Something like that. Because like if enemies move out of it, it sucks because you just lose damage. And that doesn't feel good, especially if you like 1 Rain of Fire, 2, 3, 4, and they moved it. So you committed all those resources, you have like 3 layers of rain in the area for 6 seconds each. And then now nothing moves it. I can see the frustrations there, right? So maybe they could make it so that it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit better. Maybe it follows the target or something along those lines, dude. You know what I mean? I like Rain, but I can see why somebody might not. I don't really know, honestly, PvP has not been interesting for me. I feel like PvP, especially towards the end of an expansion, I could totally see somebody being burnt out. I think Midnight and changes to classes for PvP is gonna revitalize things just naturally because they change, the meta changed, the classes change, everybody feels fresher. They're changing PvP in a different way for crowd control, so you can just spam CC anymore. 2 stuns and you become immune instead of 3, but then DR falls off a little quicker. Changing up the PvP abilities, interrupts, the duration of CC itself, it is gonna revitalize things, and the changes with classes themselves in the context of PvP, I think is also gonna feel pretty good. I just thought a point to bring back Mob Fire and Brimstone to make them spend Chaos Shards to pump out fat AoE incinerates. Yeah, I remember when you could just get like a huge area of Rain of Fire. That was sick, dude. Not even Fire and Brimstone, but it's like Mana Ross, whatever the hell it was. Huge Rain of Fires, and it's like early Cataclysm at the very beginning, not after they tuned that. But I'm mad, dude. You popped it in an RBG, dropped that thing in Eye of the Storm. Everybody's under fire the entire time. Just constant taking damage. It was hilarious how big it was. I think eventually they made it so you press the button and then your next AoE does that. But when it was just a passive, they just increased the size. It was insane. X-Pac looks disappointing to me. If it is, then it may be up actually in a, like if you're really feeling it on your gut feeling, I would then I like if I was feeling like, yo, Midnight is looking kind of trash, I wouldn't invest time into it. I wouldn't be here. So if you really do feel that way, then it's like maybe it's a good idea to just like not be there for initial like leveling rush and just like give it a break, play another game and just observe and it's like, oh wait, it's actually kind of sick. All right, I'll come back in. Or if it's like, you know what, I think the gut feeling was right, doesn't really feel that good, and then you just move it on. It's probably not a bad idea to take a break. Yeah, I'm actually excited for it. Like I thought with Midnight, like I may not enjoy it, but I've had a lot of fun with Rogue and I had a lot of fun with a number of classes. There's only like a few classes that I'm not happy with, and I feel like the evolution of the open world systems is generally good. Mythic Plus changes have also been fairly solid. I like the changes in the direction they're going into. I kind of like the idea of like this UI heavy environment. Of course, it's going to come down to them trying to make sure the UI is fully functional, and of course the details would have still been better instead of their damage meter, but like it does work enough where it doesn't need to be perfect to be fun, right? Like I wouldn't be enjoying it Midnight if it wasn't fun. If it just was not fun at all, I'd probably be like all hands on deck with that. But yeah, I feel like all the like the open world systems, solo gearing systems, more casual leveling systems, or casual gearing system rather, the actual world, the leveling, the storylines themselves were interesting enough to keep me hooked in order to get a max level, and then the actual content of max level within the raid testing or Mythic Plus testing and running all those different multiple specs within Mythic Plus dungeons. I actually enjoyed it. I had fun with it. A lot more fun than War Within. And like if I'm enjoying playing beta a lot more than War Within, there's a good chance I'm gonna like it. Even the PvP, I feel like the slow down to things, I feel like it has enough potential to just be like, all right, it's a nice bit of a reset. It's no longer a complicated mess that needs to be complicated for the sake of complicated. I think it might be good, might be healthy for the game. But yeah, if you're looking at it and you're like, if you're looking at it and you're like, you know what, looks kind of disappointing, I totally feel ya. I wouldn't waste my time with it if that was me. Or whether it was a bad expansion in my eyes, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I guess like what like story-wise, content-wise, because I feel like content was pretty good. I feel like Solo BGs was kind of a banger addition for PvP, and I kind of like the general class design. I don't agree with the meta, but I do think that the meta at least wasn't like super fast-paced at Shadowlands, which was absolute trash tier, or it's not super slow and extended, takes ages to play out like a BFA. It had a nice middle ground. I do wish my spec-specific outlet wasn't shafted as it was, because Rogue completely was shafted, while it feels like they put in a lot of work in just about everybody else. But the over-reliance on the add-ons compared to Midnight, it does make me think, oh man, yeah, we were really like super add-on heavy. So seeing a bit of a slight simplification without too much simplification, but more like the streamlining is probably the best word for it. I really did enjoy it. Yeah. Lack of stuff that we have to do is boring to me. What do you mean lack of stuff? Between like what, Mythic Plus, between raids, I don't think they really give you less content. I feel like actually wasn't War Within season 2 like the most played Mythic Plus season, and season 3 wasn't bad either. Season 1 was a little bit rough, but mostly because of like the tank meta and like lack of tanks. In terms of what to do, I guess it would mean, what do you mean? Not having chores was boring. Not having chores was boring? Okay. I don't think there's like, we're not going to see eye to eye on that. I feel like not having some AP that you infinitely grind or some chore gas that you got to run is a good thing. And you feel like that was a bad thing, not having these boring, annoying chores that you have to waste time on. I don't know, man. Yeah, chores, I'm assuming you mean like chore gas. You mean like AP. You mean some kind of infinite grind, which was, in my opinion, objectively bad for the game. AP and chore gas. We are not going to agree. That's just it. I think those are objectively bad for the game. Some people are going to like it, but I think they were objectively bad for the game. Objectively caused a decrease of players enjoying the game, sticking around with the game, or even trying it. Objectively there. And they also have some graphs, not like super numbers, but they're like graphs of when people are playing and when people are not playing. BFA, super complicated systems. Classic, this is a little more streamlined. Bar goes up. Shadowlands and the complicated systems. TBC, Wrath, only thing is kind of keeping things up a little. And then towards what, season 3 of War Within is Dragonflight, where it was like, oh, bar goes up. Kind of makes things a bit more normal, not overly complex for the sake of complex, kind of enjoyable. And I'm pretty sure the numbers of War Within were pretty good too. Hey, Dad, what's up, Christus? How you doing, my man? Yeah, if you like AP and you like artifact power, Azerite power, Torghast grinds, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Prey and open world stuff and the delve system from like more of like a casual perspective is a lot more fun. But it gives you a goal, it gives you a purpose than just like endlessly grinding. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like the endless grind. Because like everybody wants to have a point where like, okay, I'm done with the character, but not never being done is. I feel like having those grinds for more like collectibles and like mounts and weapon mogs and those things is fine. But like having that as power progression where it's like the more time I spend just like doing these mindless activities, the stronger my character gets. I don't think that was good, honestly. The cap, I don't even know. Having a soft cap for those things, I also don't think was good either. And gold cap, I need gold professions gold. Yeah, I feel like. I guess also another question: have you gotten like, do you get into mount farming, decor farming, transmog farming? There's a lot of things to collect in terms of that perspective. Like if you just like what I like in terms of like a grindy thing, that feels pretty good. I would say. Like world searching for like a big old mount. There's a lot of achievements, a lot of things, and there's all going to be a grind. I feel like stuff like this is very, very enjoyable. So like if you're really looking for someone to grind through it, like a big mega achievement for an expansion is a pretty nice one. On farming, since I got invincible, I don't care much anymore. Yeah, I feel like farming for like cosmetics, I'm perfectly cool with that. Farming for power that never has an end, for the sake of just having like an endless grind that you feel like you kind of must do. Yeah. Hey, Kragar, he's on. Classic anniversary. Yeah, even Classic doesn't have like endless grinds either. There are other things you can get into, for sure. But like, I think it's better to have like long-term goals that have a meaningful progression and a meaningful end to them, and just having a bunch of them instead of like an endless grind that never has an end. I actually don't think that's good. But that's me. And that's just somebody after doing, like, look, in WoD, we have negative grind. Like, literally, you did not want to spend time in the game. And actually, the less you played, the more you got out of it. Because you could just not play, come back to your garrison, and then it would just give you, like, mythic gear in your map. Maybe, like, not current season mythic gear, current tier, but, like, last year's. And it's, like, free gear. And it's, like, it was just not that great. So going from, like, absolutely, you don't want to play the game unless you're raid login in WoD, to, like, giga grind of Legion, I was like, well, it's better than doing nothing. I enjoyed the grind of Legion because it was just a different shift. But like you do the giga grind of Legion, which I was like, okay, that was fine for one expansion. And I still will stay by that point. It was fine for one expansion. Doing it differently, adding some grinding back in. Memos are about grinds. Adding some grind for a little bit is fine. One expansion is okay. Doing it for a second was a lot. And then doing like the Torghasting and Shadowlands was also a lot. And it's like, pump the brakes on that a little, bud. You know what I mean? Let's have some end gear. Let's have some end progression to it. Yo, what's up, Effortless? How you doing, my guy? Just chatting while trying to see if we can scrap groups together for them duels. But yeah, end of an expansion, end of an era. So try to see if we can get some groups together. Impossible. Both, we gave up on an A duels completely. Now, are the harder classes more approachable at midnight? What classes would you say are the more difficult ones? Because everybody has a different perspective of what's a difficult class, but like, give me like 3 that you think are like pretty difficult, and I'll tell you how approachable they are. If they got more approachable. But yeah, for like one person, like Marksman or Ship Hunter is very difficult, but for another person, like Feral Druid is difficult. So it all depends what you mean. I played a game like that before. It actually made more by not playing for a month and collecting turn and stuff. Exactly. Yeah, it's weird. The last one plus Dan was offline, by the way, Del. Dan. Okay, we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out in a second. There's people in the group. Yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm still waiting for Bayek. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, you might try to see if you can maybe get duels going next week, if not this week. We did a bunch of yesterday. So I'm just here trying to see if we can get some going, but end of an expansion, man. I'm not going to push it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to force it. Yeah. I would say for like the expansion that I did PvE in, I preferred the expansion where I focus on PvP. Might say something about me. Oh, which expansion did you, which ones are you talking about? The ones that you do PvE or PvP? Because I feel like it all depends on the expansion too, right? If you're like mob PvP, I'm like, yeah, that was fun as hell. But if you're just like, but if you enjoyed, I don't know, like which one was PvP? Shit, Shadowlands PvP, and I'm like, yeah, that was trash. That was hot trash. Legion Shadowlands PvE. Legion PvE was pretty cool. Mythic Plus was really fun. Shadowlands PvE. The raid kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. The raid Anduin sucked. Jailer sucked. Sylvanas whole tier sucked. It had some fun fights, but like it's whatever. What is our first raid? Denathrius was cool. That was like the only cool raid, that expansion. No NA? Yeah, no NA. We were doing NA, but before, yeah. From what I heard, Enhancement Shaman, Outlaw, and Holy DK. So out of those becoming more easier, I'd say on Holy DK, yes. I like the thematic structure, but those made them easier. Yeah, a little bit less of like buff management. Like it's also a very streamlined process. Enhancement Shaman is pretty easy. They didn't really reinvent the wheel. They're just like, all right, let's focus in on the core Maelstrom builders, but you're still all about spanning Maelstrom as quickly as possible. I say that one got a little easier, but like not by much. I wouldn't even say enhancement was that difficult prior. Kind of just slammed. I think it's easier. Outlaw Rogue definitely easier. Definitely easier. You still got Roll the Bones, and it still got those quirks without being complete RNG fiesta. It's still a bit RNG, but just not a fiesta. It's like a little, it's like an RNG siesta less than a siesta more than a fiesta. It's a bit more chill. It's a bit more calm. It's a bit more streamlined. You basically can roll between 1 buff, 2 buff, 3 buff, or 4 buff. You don't have like a assortment of buffs of various combinations. You just like either 1 or a guaranteed 2 or a guaranteed 3 or a guaranteed 4. And the sweet spot is 2 and 3. 4 doesn't matter. 4 is this nice little like cherry on top, but it doesn't really. The best ones are going to be the 2 buff, 3 buff. It's so nice. But you don't like have like 1 buff and 6 different variations of the 1 buff. It's just like a single buff, very specific one. 2 buff, very specific combo. 3 buff, very specific combo. They just gotta build up on each other. You don't like have the crack shot, which is so nice. You play like a BFA Outlaw, which is very streamlined, straightforward. You still have target cap, which kind of sucks, but the actual flow is pretty good. Energy regen may be an issue, but I feel like playing around with a mastery build, it kind of offset a lot of that because you're just getting more. You're playing into Trickster and you get more hits, and that gives you free energy. It's weird. It's interesting. I like it though. Yeah, so all 3 of those I do think have become better. W, I hope try out Learn Midnight. I hope to learn from you. It's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying the hell out of it over in Midnight. It's very, very fun. Big blast, a big fan. Huge fan. Not that it was so much fun with the Prague. Until second to last boss. Bro, yeah, Janaris was a trash can tier fight. Holy, not only was it like really unfun, but it was really buggy too. Like incredibly so. I hated that encounter with a passion. Absolute passion. Might be a PvE player undercover. Might just be PvE player undercover. DF and War Within PvP. I feel like War Within PvP would have PvE Mythic Plus Season 2 in particular was a blast. Yeah, DF was Season 3 would have been PvE. Just do all of it, man. Don't just like fucking make you just like PvP only, PvE only. Do all. At least do Mythic Plus, man. Do a bit of raids to get your tier. Queue up some M plus. Then do PvP. Like get some solos out of the way. I feel like solo BG Blitz has been really, really fun. Super easy to get into. Solo Shuffle can also be fun, but it's true damage reliant. I feel like as long as the class is not tuned well damage wise, it's like makes it harder to play. But like being a rogue also is not fun because I got a blind. Oh, let me break that blind for you. Thanks, friend. I'm trying to get a kid to shot into a blind into a sap. Let's break that chain. Just grab him back in. Thank you, Death Knight. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like no, people don't let you play a class. Floodgate was my favorite dungeon. Floodgate was actually a banger. Floodgate was actually a good dungeon. Like, were there some pulls that were kind of annoying? Sure. Doing like a skippy of those 2 hobgoblin pack before the final boss was annoying. Skip was really, really not fun. But otherwise, it was a good dungeon. You could do some giga pulls. You had the boss. We got like a damage buff window, so like you could crank a 2-target fight where you could just cleave him down. A big old bogman, which was pretty box standard of a boss. Once you got like, you know, everybody go left, everybody spin left. But like, it was good. It was good. It was a good one. And then they had the bubbles, and then they killed bubbles. It was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious. Like the devs listened to the community. It was funny. People felt bad for Bubbles, and they let Bubbles Jr. just crying in the fight, bro. Like the devs actually had good humor about it, man. It was hilarious. Yeah, Floodgate was awesome. Season 2 in general was really, really good. The whole array of dungeons was really great. And like a ton of people played. Dip and Dally, I got bits to do. Go for it, man. Go do your bits. Yeah, unless I get like a message from like Bayek, I think we might just call it chat. Because like, hey, is the end of an expansion? We attempted to get some EU duels going. But like, yo, everybody, I imagine people are checked out. Unless like, is Dan gone? If Dan's gone too, unless Johnny joins in and is like, all right, let's get some games going. I don't really know if we'll be able to really put a group together. I was thinking the regular homies popping in. We could try, but yeah, maybe might have to call it. Might have to just cancel, man. What's your favorite from this expansion? Dungeon content? Like favorite from this expansion specifically, dungeon wise. What within? Oh wait, Bayek messaged me. Hold on. Hey, yes, 1-2 team set up, but mine has only a few bodies. Other team has PCs, so it's gotta be maintained. Yeah. Bayek, let's do it, my guy. Okay, so I get Bayek in here. What I could do is I could actually, make Bayek lead, and he could just fill with a +1, right? Make you, yeah, there we go. Azures is in the other team, I think. But I could hit him with an invite. Need signature. Should I sign? Top skimmer. Okay, so Bayek, we got you here. All right, I guess I'm gonna try to see if it can. We got Bayek. Yo, Bayek, you got any homies you want to send my way? I'm gonna be trying to see if I can get that second group going. Can you? Is the group still together? If it's up, send me an invite if you can. Can I help the guy with his signatures? Looks like he's going for some kind of guild signatures. I'm gonna go right now. We played Havoc in the beta. I did. It's okay. It's like streamlined, like everything else. It's okay. It's mildly okay. That's about all I can say about it, honestly. Other team disappeared. Okay. So then I'll just need to try it again. We're gonna try, chat. So whoever was in that first team that we put together, and we actually did have enough bodies there. If you were in that team, hop back in. If you can. We'll see if we can get it going. But yo, Bayek, yeah, if you want to send homies over in this team, if you got any homies you know, send them my way. We had pretty much a 5-man ready, and then like 2 people in the other group, and then first team started to like fall apart. We'll try. With Bayek, maybe, dude. With Bayek, it might be a possibility. Or if Bayek, if you got homies that want to join your team, you could tell your team like, yo, anybody want to join Team Dal? I'll see what I can do. Yeah. If you got it and you're like, hey, I could invite guys here, but if somebody wants to go join Dal's team, that will also work out. Like if you got friends that want to be on the same team, you guys can stay friends. You guys can stay on the same team if y'all want. But yeah. Is that Blade Dance heavy or any challenge make it look? Yeah, it is. You're playing Blade Dance, but that's mostly because after I-beam, if you finish it up, next Blade Dance resets its own cooldown, so you can Blade Dance into Blade Dance. It's pretty sick. I like the little combos you can do with it. But like, it's more Blade Dances, but like, you don't have constant cycling of, well, I guess it's more Blade Dance and Chaos Strikes, but like, not losing out Sigil of Flame means you don't have like filler. You don't really have that same filler ability. Losing out on the random resets of Immolation Aura. Also, you lose less, you have less filler. So it kind of works. But is it Force Demon's Bite? I think they did take away the auto attack Demon's Bite, but I think they adjusted the resource generation where you don't really press Demon's Bite that much. I don't press it regularly. I have it, I just don't press it. I think they basically added it as like a baseline ability. Like if you really need resources, you can do it just as a nothing going on. But just your regular day-to-day gameplay, you don't really, at least in the build that I ran, you don't get Fury starved. Not really. It's very uncommon. So like when I ran the key, I only pressed it like maybe 20 times out of like, you know, hundreds of Chaos Strikes that are sent. So the numbers you're gonna suppress demons by is very, very small, but not 0. Yeah, it's weird. I thought they were gonna go for the auto attacky thing, but it looks like they kind of backtracked on it at some point. Maybe they just wanted to make sure there's always an ability that you can press if like you really need resources, instead of just waiting to auto attack so it doesn't break the flow of Demon Hunter. But yeah. Unless they made it so that the auto attack Demon's Bite is like a passive or like Eldraki or something, but I didn't see a lot of people playing Eldraki. A lot of people playing the Pulse card. Some of these Demon's Bite properties in PvE. You pretty much won't really need to. It would be an ability you add to your bars, but like you don't press it that often. But yeah, I think it's because of them removing Sigil of Flame, which was a nice way for you to get resources. But since they removed that, they were like, all right, well, you don't really need Demon's Bite, but like there'll be moments when you want to make sure you have resources, so it's there. But it doesn't feel like you absolutely need it. Absolutely have to. Alrighty. So, what else can we do? Who else can we invite? Like if Johnny was like, yo, if we get Rick, and maybe Johnny, and a couple of bodies there, then maybe we could get a group going. Who else was in this group 1, by the way? Who else was in there besides Rune? Because I know Rune was in. Anduin, but I guess he's offline. You back? Bayek basically has a group. We've tried to see if you can rebuild the group that you were in. I don't know what happened, but yeah, that group basically fell apart. Because Rune was in, you were in, Stellara was in, and I forget who else was in that group. But they're gone. So I don't know, man. We'll try to see if we can rebuild. We'll try to see if we can rebuild. We'll try. Where's Young too? Young Jay is who are also missing, man. Missing my boy. We're not gonna horde, see if I can find people there. Go for it. Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, it is the Unknown expansion, so it's like if we don't get a group together, just gotta have to roll with it. But yeah. I'm coming in with some good, clear expectations, chat. As clear as I can get them. End of an era. End of an expansion. I'm here. Is there anybody else in that group? Because we basically, what I was told is that group fell apart completely. And there's nobody there. But if there's anybody there, if you do have anybody in that group, sign up as that like little pocket of people into this one. And just take him with you. Don't like bail on him because I don't know who was in there. I don't remember. I don't know if I'll be able to get him back or what. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think I've actually answered one of my favorite dungeons from this expansion. I think it's probably I like Dawnbreaker. It's a quick dungeon. It's pretty streamlined. Very straightforward. I like the flying. It's really novel. Because I can't say I like Dark Flame Cleft because I didn't like all parts of it. I can't say I like Stone Vault. Rookery was okay. Bold Bay. I feel like it was good. I think Ecodome actually. You know what? I will say Ecodome. Ecodome Aldani was fantastic. I like that dungeon. It's very straightforward. It's basically taking that Midnight design and applies that. You know how so many giga amounts of castles in there were just impossible to just like crowd control everything. And I think it was kind of pretty good standard. But I can't say it's City of Threads. Even though it's kind of neat. Arakara was pretty cool. Prior was pretty cool too. Yeah, like none of them, like not any of them were really bad, man. Adwo, my man, Adwo's back, dude. Let's go. Wait, is this guy? Is he a Blood DK? I don't know, man. Yo, a long time, man. Toby, hope you're doing good. Advo's back, baby. Let's go, dude. Advo, Demonology Warlock champ. Because FK is still in the group, unusual for EU. It's yeah, it is. But again, I'm end of an era. I think I said it a couple of times now. I could get Feliel guy. I don't know if he's like an actual tank. I think he wants to actually do a molten core though, unless he's like actually wants to PvP. Cragger slacking. He is on that EU train still. I see. I wonder if he's coming back from midnight though. Lucky, yo, get in here. Get in here. Is this guy PvE or PvP? I'm actually gonna invite him just to see what's happening. Just to see. It's lucky PvE. Oh, actually that works. All of them PvP. Let's go. Yo, Bike, if it was you, you got it, bud. We got Sinbad. Yo, we can get Sinbad next time, man. How did that sound? I'm gonna see if Stellarii could be lead. Hey, mind if I make you lead? I'll just check in with how the group is doing, and you don't have to do anything as long as we're online. That lets me queue the group up. I might ask if the group is ready from time to time. Perfect. Yeah, we'll make Stellar lead. That'll work for me. Stellarii, thank you, fam. I appreciate it. Bayek, whoever you invited, thank you. I'm gonna see what those guys came because you asked. Spectator match, Bayek, and one Lar. Let me know if ready. Double check it with Bayek. We got groups, boys. You got games. However many we get tonight. Ready? Beautiful. By the way, Dal, make a house dueling homies? I would like to, but bro, I don't know how you make a home that's a dueling arena. I don't know how to do that. Bayek and one Lar. 5. The grand one. Try it again. F mean doesn't work. Spectator match. Bayek. Let's see. Does Stellar work? Okay, it worked now. Nice. I was trying to make sure that I got the names right, but just wasn't queuing it up. So they gave everything to in survivalists get a focus cost. Oh, I saw someone about that. Yeah, that really? I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised. Is it real? Is it like a hotfix? A home where you're dueling homies can chill together, yeah? Like a home where you could duel, where dueling homies can chill together. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to visit my house anytime. Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to visit my home at any point. I have it open, doors open policy. If you want to hang out, take a look, say hello. Anybody and everybody's welcome. Hey, Midnight Paladin, you don't like it? Which it is going to be a little bit to get used to, I think. I think is the lack of rotational skills. Like, Judgment and Blade Justice being the only holy power builders is going to feel weird. Dan went over the team 2 array to go. We got Molpe, which is Advo. The boy, the myth, the legend, dude. I miss this man. Stellarii on this team as well. Gonna be first up. Filai as well as Lucky Lackey. I kind of like that actually. Gouge on to Curdy. Having to hit Curdy immediately with Kingsbane full burst. No, Deathmark. I was thinking maybe we're gonna wait till Deathmark until the end. Curdy's still in a situation where he could just die. I feel like Curdy could still pop like a balloon. He's gonna try to go for a bit of healing. Flash heals Halo right after, getting sapped while the dot's still on him. PI is available. Unfortunately, Halo does not knock out rogues out of stealth, but that AoE does do it with a fear. It's going to be a trick, and Shadow Crash is in play. I think he was able to fade the Kingsbane. Actually, I think he was able to fade it perfectly. Got himself VE. So Curdy got himself... Oh no, now Fade comes through. Now Fade comes through. Trying to get himself a cast off. Flash heal is all he's got. He's just got Holy to survive off of. Trying to go for some damage back to Stellarii. DPs are in. Trying to go for whatever cast he can. Stellarii just continued to plunge ambushes after ambushes. Envenoms after Envenoms vanish into another cheap shot. Can't go for a Garrote. Cheap shot lockdown Curdy. Just sees him low enough. Curdy with no health whatsoever. Needs a heal right here, right now. Does he survive? It needs to make sure Stellarii does not go into stealth if he can help it. I don't know, Curdy, how it's gonna work. Void Torrent, but Stellarii does have another Kingsbane ready to go. That is just so much damage. But Silence gonna be up next. Immediately hits him with a kidney shot. Subtlety Rogue should be able to lock down Stellarii pretty easily. There's just not much you can do. Disarm, trinkets out of it. Evasion up for Stellarii. Barely alive, but AoE is gonna get him out of there. But Danduin, Wake of Ashes onto Silences. Silence. Okay, I'm messing up your name really hard. No trinket. The Rogue maybe cloak? Oh man, the dots ticked out. That is so rough, man. That is so rough. It's real on a pre-patch notes 21st. Oh, I need to check it, take a look at it then. Yeah, if they added an energy cost abilities, that's weird. I wonder if that's gonna work out well or not. Azure's up next. Dan just trying to see if he can back up out of the hit with a breath. It is gonna be a fire mage. Fireball, combust, full Phoenix, big burst. Dan trying to see if he can run it out. Phoenix is gonna be spooky. If you can get away from Phoenix, you'll be okay. That bird is trying to cast at you, but Azure's gonna pressure you. You're either gonna have to walk at Azure's or walk around and get hit by the Phoenix. And it's gonna go for laying hands to trade against this burst. Azure's still continuing to plunge pyros back to back into Dan. Is going to be able to get a bubble at him. I was thinking maybe get a bubble for Azure's. Like we can Viz to try to see if he can dive into a bit of stealth. And Dan, not in a great position where Azure's can just continue to pelt him from afar with shifting power. Slowly let him recover some of those cooldowns with Combust coming back really soon, actually. Real soon. Azure's got shields. He's got everything he needs. Ultra in order to reposition. Dan knows that it's going to be an ultra at some point, right? But for Azure's, I think it was more of a defensive ultra more than anything. Is going to be a Hodge. Does not have a blink for this one. Oh, maybe he does. I think he got it last second. Spell Warden now for Dan. Azure just needs to live. He's got shields, and as long as he can go for big shields in between of the goes by Dan, I mean, his health is not taking a lot of damage. Dan was thinking about going back behind the pillar. Shield event is out. Combustion is a play. Phoenix random attack on somebody else. The Phoenix did turn around on Dan. Phoenix just getting free damage. The Phoenix cannot be controlled. That thing decided on target, and he just can't stop anything. I think it's hitting Lucky Lackey. And Azure might just actually get hit with a cauterize. He does get a cauterize with a block right after. Felai is going to be up next, or is it Moldy? Is it Moldy? It looks like it is Moldy. It is a Moldy Bay. Got himself the pets in play. Azure's got shields. Ultra is available. Moldy getting a blink out. Azure's with a Mortal Coil to follow. Trinket right after. Second ASUS to follow. Tyrant is in play. All the pets are in. Is actually not playing the Diablos. He's playing the full on what's it called? Soul Harvester. So he's got an extra Fiend joining in, and that did a lot of burst damage. Azure's is in trouble enough to go down. No block available. Bayek up next, and Moldy is gonna have to go for a CC heavy play versus Bayek, I think. He won't have ult reflect, unfortunately, and unless he's got port, he's not gonna be able to do much. Wall together with a soul ripped out of Bayek's body, just trying to see if he can minimize the damage of Bayek. Is gonna be able to set a big burst with a port right after him, but again, he's just back out to movement, man. Back down to trying to run out away from Bayek. Mortal Coil to connect. It is going to pop that Shield of Vengeance from a distance. And Moldy using a Gnomish Goblin Rachel to just like rocket boost himself across to the other side of the pillar. Can use this position in order to get a port. Maybe we'll be able to wait out long enough until he's got himself a gateway. Bayek did use Spell Warden there, so I think he's still got Lay on Hands. Spell Warden not available. Bubble can still happen into a full stun. Moldy does take a bit of damage. Searing Glare is gonna hurt a bit. Does have a port, but unfortunately the port puts him not on the far side of the pillar. He is able to survive this go by Bayek. Axos right after. Still got a Dawnlight burning him little by little. I think ideally he wants to see if he can get a reflect on a Hodge. If he can do that, that'll be the best for him. And Bayek, unfortunately, his tethers will attack the Death Knights randomly. Not his attempt, not what he's trying to do here. Bayek is kind of low, actually. Hold on. Do the pets do enough damage? If the pets do enough damage, that's going to be a bubble for Bayek. Shield of Vengeance up. Mortal Coil immediately. You know that Bayek is going to want to close the gap and try to see if he can go for a Hodge, right? 100% going to want to go for it. Does Moldy get himself with a reflect? If he times it perfectly, that'll be great. Bayek's still taking damage. Axtos? He's laying on hands. Yeah, trying to see if he can force some of those forbearance buttons. Axos again. Is he going to go for a reflect? He may have to stun. Yeah, Bayek, first thing you want to do is go for a Hodge. If you had that reflect, that would have been perfect. Moldy, unfortunately, does have a Dark Pact. Good for him. Unfortunate for Bayek, because Bayek's health was back down to jeopardy. Full Tyrant is in play. Lots of damage. He's going to have to bubble unless he really tries to play it. Not safe. Is going to end up going for a port for Moldy, as he has plenty of health to work with here. Goblin Pack is also available, so in case he needs mobility, he'll be fine. Axos on the Bayek. That's how we made some more procs. Dude, that Soul Harvester additional raw damage for Moldy is huge. It's actually paying the dividends. Also, more procs, man. More procs is huge. Go Eris, Lasso left over for the team one. Still fit. Demonology Warlocks are rough, man, aren't they? They're so tough. They're so tough. I think it's also dampening wasn't high enough where Moldy's like defensive don't really do much. Mortal Coil? I don't even know how you like dodge a Mortal Coil, Go Eris. That was 100% a coil flying at you, but all the pets are in. Moldy is just going to get surrounded with pets. There isn't much you can do. Even if you dark pack, that's barely going to give you a heal. He needs some kind of survivability right now. I don't know if he's got a Warlock Hellstone anywhere. Maybe someone one really quickly? Fear and a pets? Go air chasing? Maybe a Warlock Hellstone really quickly? Like the fastest Lockstone ever? Because Moldy has no health. Mortal Coil maybe. Maybe Coil. I don't know if he's got Coil. I don't know what the cooldown is on Coil. Go air's just trying to see if he can get a quick angle. Moldy is in such a rough spot. Yeah, one kill command does him in with immediate grip by Fly. As long as he can get his pets in with the army and everything, he'll be golden. Goers, as long as he doesn't get away. Like, he's in trouble. Into a high mountain torrent charge. Just giving these pets an opportunity to catch up. Into a freeze on one of the riders, but that's okay. As long as Fly got the majority of the army, there's just nothing you can do. Can't really stop him. It does end up taking him out. Look at the most there. Moldy and Stellari. Stellari popped off. A lot of burst damage this one, man. A lot of burst. But that demonology, man. Demonology versus Paladin. Paladins are rough for a lot of classes, but if a demo could just kite him out and just keep on distance, it's so much damage. The pest duel was great. It was pretty much a pest duel, wasn't it? Yeah, all the pack classes did well there. Demonology Warlock did well. PM Hunter came in, did well. Unholy DK came in, did well. Yeah. Alrighty. Let me know when you guys, if you guys are ready. Let me know if team ready. We have 4 people. Invite. Okay. And okay, Bayek, the other team is gonna need one more. So Solari is gonna invite me, pass me lead, and I'll post it back up. But yeah. Alrighty. Let's send it to Bolton Core again. If y'all want to join in, the groups are gonna be listed back up over on the EU side of things. We need Onomas. And whenever Bayek is good, I'm sure he'll let me know. Lemon Roll, yeah. Who else? Is there anyone else I can invite? Dude, we never get to hang out with Sabo. I'm so sad about that. Okay, other team. Here we go. Is that survival? Yeah, survival I think is going to be real fun in next expansion. That's going to be awesome. We'll see. Yeah. Just need Onomas. There was a monk that tried to join in. There was a monk guy. So I don't know if I think he joined Duels before. I probably should have him added on Real ID. Just for the future. You know what I mean? Or Arbus? Have I invited Arbus before? So Curdy. This is Curdy told the monk. Oh, okay, yeah. Curdy in your team? Alrighty, yeah. Yeah, if that monk guy wants to join in, he could basically have a spot and we could just queue a bunch of games back to back. So you can play multiple rounds. But is he Leo offline? Yeah, Leo's online. I asked him earlier, and he said he's just doing some like RBGs with Guild. He said maybe, so I'm not gonna like bug him or anything. If he knows that you're doing duels. If he wants to join, he's welcome to. But if he's doing other stuff, he's doing other stuff. He's gone sadly. Okay, so we'll still need one more. Yeah, all good. Yeah, we'll see if we can get a +1. Dude, trying so hard to enjoy a cappuccino without burning my mouth. Impossible. Challenge impossible. I got a couple of not mugs, but cups. I had to throw some out. I got some new ones coming in on the way. Yeah, if otherwise, if Saya was on, or you know, we haven't had on in a while, I'm hoping they'll make a return. Talrion. I'm hoping Talrion will make a return, man. Seeing Talrion back in would be awesome. Otherwise, who else can I ask? Because I know Rick is doing some stuff, and he said he'll be down once he's done. Whenever he is done. I could see if Mint wants to join, but I'm pretty sure Mint is doing stuff too. Zeta said he'll be down. We asked Mint, actually. I'm just gonna run and buy Mint, see what she says. But, yeah. Otherwise, we're waiting. Otherwise, we wait. Nah, I mean, at home when you're doing home, you can chill together. Yeah, I don't really, I mean, yeah, like I said, like with my housing thing. Yeah, anybody that has me, what is it, on Real ID, you guys are more than welcome to, like, join. You guys are more than welcome to, like, hang out or whatever. Always. I kind of like the idea of just keeping like an open door in my home. I don't know why anybody would want to close it, because like, you know, just a house. I randomly like I went home to decorate, and there've been random people in there and just say hello. And I just do my thing, just decorate some stuff, change some things, have a chat. People pop in, say hi, walk away. It's been pretty cool. It's been pretty neat. But I think it's good that people have like the controls. Like if you just want to have your own space, your own thing, don't want anybody hanging out in your house, that's fine too. To me personally, it does seem like a waste, because it's like, imagine having like dope ass mog and just like not showing it up, right? Having a feature to like hide your mog, so you can just like look like you have normal questing gear on your character, just because you want to see the mog, but you want everybody else to see, like, not see it. Just see some random tier gear on your character or something. So yeah. Well, some of the homes you see with people, like the indoor decorations or outdoor, like, dude, it gives you like ideas of what you could do with your home. Know what I mean? Okay, so back in 3 minutes, but he said somebody should be able to join me up in a little bit here. So possibly have a +1 coming in. Yo, the fact that we actually we actually got like one game done tonight. I'm happy, dude. We had to go. We had one game. Dude, my expectations were literally floor level. The fact that we even got one, I'm happy. Absolutely satisfied. But yeah. Man, we gotta do, my guild got a raid next week too. I'm hoping I could just sit on the first few bosses and just play Assassination for Dimensius. I'm hoping we just like, I'm hoping I don't actually have to be in any of the fights unless it's just Dimensius, because there I can just go in and play Assassination and then just AFK. Actually, skipping the first boss and then maybe doing like Assassination / Subtlety on the Nexus is fine. Subtlety on Dimensius is fine, or Assass, either or. I don't even want to play Outlaw. I don't want to play Outlaw. I really don't. I don't like Outlaw War Within. I am wondering how, if you'll have more people playing Outlaw once a War Within Outlaw version is gone, and once we get the Midnight version, or if you're gonna have like, because I know that Crackshot is something I like, but I know there's like a ton of people that didn't like it. But then it's like, but then Crackshot has been removed in Midnight, and then I'm like, yo, it's like, it seems like everybody got what they wanted. Nobody liked Crackshot. And then I hear from people like, man, I love Crackshot. I can't play Outlaw again. The community is so divided. It is so split. I wonder if they should do like a poll over in the Rogue Discord to be like, yo, do you like the fact that Crackshot has been removed? Or do you hate that playstyle? Do you like Crackshot gameplay, or do you hate that gameplay? Because I feel like if there was one place where all the rogues are, at least I imagine like Class Discord would be the place, right? At least I imagine that would be the place. But yeah. I know there's a lot of like aspects of classes that people are like divided on. Like there's always going to be somebody that liked the mechanic that everybody disliked, or that disliked the mechanic that everybody liked. You know what I mean? Or the reverse of it. Like, what's one mechanic that's like really, really bad that people... I'm trying to think. Oh, mages. Mages, for example. Like how they're losing ice veins, but they're getting like water railing if they want it. Or... yeah, mages. Because like icy veins on Dalaran cooldown reduction was all kinds of like CD capping you up. But like playing around with very, very short CDs where you're just constantly pumping, that feels a lot better. I feel like that one was like an upgrade. Even though I felt weird about losing icy veins myself, like actually being able to play it was really, really good. Pinkies, my man. How you doing? Welcome back. Alrighty, we actually got a good boys. And we'll send you guys into a... let's do the classic hook point. The classic hook. I feel like I should let you have the spectacles, even if you're not an inscriptionist. Should definitely let you do that. Some of those items do look really, really cool. Like the alchemy pieces, they look pretty sweet. Alright, let me save that if I have or haven't. I don't remember if I did. Here we go. Alrighty, boys. Another one. Another 5V5 1v1 shenanigans thing. Which got ourselves a Azures or for the team one. I like the upgrade to your set, man. I don't know if the shoulders were part of your set before, but I like them. Fiery skulls on the sides. It looks so good. I like how I also went with like skirtless, dress-like, or lacking a dress of a Mog set. For all the mage sets, I feel like we're all just like robes and dresses and things. Bayek on that team, we got Goeres there as well. Curdy and Silence. But it looks like Bayek being sent first by how he is excited for it. Dan on that team, we also got Lucky, Lackey, Moldy Bay. We got ourselves Pinky's gonna be first up, and Stellari in the back with Pinky's versus Bayek off the bat as an elemental. I thought Pinky's was enhancement, but no, elemental. Elemental. That is a spec that I'm hoping will be pretty good at midnight. But some of the like rotational things and less insta cast, I'm a little worried about them. I think they're just gonna be lava burst spammers. But like, I kind of like the whole frost shock, lava burst, earth shock combos they could do previously. Big ascend, rocking that classic ascend, trying to go for Stormkeeper with a stun. 3 elemental added in, zap it a Bayek, big blurs comes out, but he is gonna have to peel out for a second with a healing surges back behind the pillar. At the very least, I feel like their healing surges and their cast heals are still some of the strongest out there compared to like druids with regrows, priests with flash heals. I feel like shamans still get some of the best unless you're enhancement, and then it's like very, very maelstrom reliant, honestly. Knockback on the Bayek has that knockback to counter the Wake of Ashes pretty much every time. At least Bayek isn't able to just like follow up with more melee hits in there. He is having to go for only range hits, so it kind of does deny some of his damage, but not by much. Pinky's having to go for the mini cast possible, trying to see if he can maybe get a juke kick onto Bayek. Does not get to juke kick him. Attempted to, or at least try to get a normal kick, not get juked out on him, but it is able to get some damage towards Bayek. Unless he got a zap, counteract totem, counter-strike totem, taser totem, I don't really know what to call it, honestly, but it is going to get himself potential root around the corner. Does stop Bayek on a Hodge. It does not have the knockback to follow up here. Maybe he waits it, leaves it for a second. Will need some kind of a heal. Bulwark, that is going to be a tool. It will be going away in midnight, unfortunately, so he's able to at least use it to stabilize a little bit, some totem damage without Molten, get himself a few procs ready to go. Is it going to be enough just to self heal? Because the lava burst is still pretty good, able to go for a bit of the passive damage, but Bayek has him on the ropes, not in an amazing spot. Stormkeeper's available, trying to see if he can go for a last little zapperoo at the end, but unfortunately Bayek, with how much pressure he's putting out, just not much you could really do. And Bayek with a mage foot able to sit down for a bit. Moldy, which is Advo, the demon hunter, demonology warlock from back with Kragar days, is back in play with an axe toss into a bit of a blessing of protection out for Bayek. Electrical Protection is an interesting choice. Me and Bayek talked about Blessing Protection and Blessing Spellboard versus Demon before. Technically, both are good. One is good against magic damage, but those physical damage pets, like those Felguards, are still going to be able to do the full value damage. But a Bob does get you out of stuns and protects it for physical, but those casts from like Tyrant or any shadow cast from like the Gloomhounds, that is going to be rough. It's just basically no win scenario. It's just like, it's all situational. Bayek tried to see if he can go for the bubble and follow up damage on the Moldy, but Moldy, without dampening being super high, just a Dark Pact able to keep him alive, does go for the rebuke with a little extra range with a stun right after, trinket out for Moldy. Still got himself that shield holding on strong, even though through the wake of Ash's damage of Bayek, he's able just to absorb all of it, shield of it itself for Bayek with his stun to follow. Moldy able to send in more pets, cracking through his shield, Axos to follow, Bayek with a lay on hands, but his health is immediately dipping down. Immediately he knows he needs to make a play, does go for a bit of a wake of ashes, may have to use it all defensively for the double Dawnlight on himself, let that healing over time help him recover. Try to go for a kick, unfortunately does not connect. Try to go behind the pillar, unfortunately doesn't get that either, with a full Tyrant in play, empowering all those pets. Mortal Call right after. I don't know if Bayek can do much here. Slow down to Smithereens, just pelt him from a distance, all those fiends clawing at him, walls available. Demonology just ends up being a bit of a hard counter for a paladin. Just the range and the constant pressure of those pets. And Moldy, I think, is actually one of the few demos that's able to make the he's not Diabolus, who's playing for that big Diabolus burst damage. He's playing into that Harvester passive consistent damage. It is really making it work. Literally the Wisconsin game, can't wait till midnight. I don't know if they're going to be any easier to deal with in midnight. They've got even more pets with the Apex talents. So yeah, I think the CC chains of like double stun, triple fear, those things are going to be a little bit easier to deal with. I will agree with you on that. Moldy getting a juke out onto Azures. The jukes in this man are really, really good for the most part. Into a second pet, more pet opportunity. Azures got instant cast damage. If he can just get pelting damage into Moldy Bay, he's trying to play out into that strength, even going for flame strikes around the corner, but even more pets out for Moldy. Tyrant is super, super deadly. Fear or breath onto all those pets, but that fiend that's behind you is actually going to cause a proc of Cauterize. Azure is trying to see if he can maybe use that health in order to double up and get some damage to the Moldy, but he's behind the pillar. He's already good. He's waiting. Have a constancy for like 5 seconds. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot for sure. But yeah, double fear, triple fear wouldn't be a thing anymore. You can only double fear and then it's immune. So that's going to help a ton. Definitely going to help. Moldy with a Mortal Call onto Azures. Azures all the time putting him in a better spot, but Azures is back to taking constant taking damage, not just from the pets, but even those demon balls that he's sending out. That also puts it down onto Azures, which puts him in a rough spot. He has a shield. I don't know if he has a second shield to follow up. Combustion is in play. The Phoenix is going to get some freebie damage, but Azure's health is super, super low. Moldy has extra health to work with and a wall in case he needs it and a trinket. So for Azure, he's in a rough spot. Try to see if he can stay away from those pets, but the passive damage for pets is rough. Try to see if he can close the gap, but Moldy has himself a couple of instances to follow up. He did take a lot of health and damage, meaning to go for a wall here really early. Especially with Curdy going to be up next. As Curdy's just setting up some big damage right here. Pets are joining in. He's still got himself the, I like the parasol he's got with him. Is that going to be there for the entirety of burst, or is that going to go away after a while? It actually just stayed. Is that just like a permanent fixture for him? It looks so good. No, he does fall off at some point, I imagine. Maybe after a while it just falls away. But it looks so good. Just an undead Shadow Priest walking in. Look at all disheveled. Look at all like he's risen from a grave, walking over the little dark goth looking parasol. Moldy does get in front of his face really quickly. Silence does go through for Curdy. He's taking a lot of damage. Moldy with the Dark Pact is going to get more pets in. Unless Curdy got any kind of CC, Axos is going to lock him out and stun lock him at the same time. That's a lot of pets for him to deal with. Another Axos right after, picking up a lot of health with that BE. So he's able to keep himself alive here, actually. BE and aggressive use of it is huge. Fear on those pets. I don't know if he's got another Rift. Trying to see if he can get one going. But it's going to be all those pets surrounding him in a little bit after that Fear. Demon Doggos and a Wrathguard still in play, which is pretty much just like a Felguard, essentially. He's going to go for DPs on those pets at the very least. So it's going to give him some damage and some healing. And some, at least, sustain. Moldy, his health is looking a little rough, but as long as he keeps sending pets at Curdy, he's got that constant, consistent pressure that he can't really, that Curdy can't really deal with super easily. He's just trying to see if he can fight through it without mana, but it's 7 minutes into the duel, able to get some dots on these pets. But like, dampening is kind of high. And Moldy actually resummoning a fresh new Felguard. Or Wrathguard? Felguard. Say the same thing. Same thing. He's gonna get some instas with an Axos around the corner, Moldy with a Mortal Coil. I don't know if there's anything Curdy can do. He got it dispersed, is gonna end up using it, try to see if he can extend it for as long as possible, but a full Tyrant gets even more fiends onto Curdy. So he's gonna be just getting savaged behind the pillar. There isn't much he can do. Desperate Prayer is available, has an AoE fear, may interfere with those fiends just to get a fear rolling, just to get CC going, but he's just trying to see if he can maybe outrun the demons. Maybe catch a flash heal. But he's still in a rough spot. Dark Ascension is available. Maybe he can go for one big go. Stun, but Curdy does not look like he got stunned. VE is available. He got a Rift. He may need to pop the Rift super early. Yeah, but it looks like Moldy able to stay away from a lot of the damage. With Silence going to be up next. A Rogue versus Demo who just went through a lot of damage he had to deal with. I don't know, does Moldy have enough here? Trinket's not stunned, but immediate cheap shot follows up. He's able to get some damage on the Rogue with the pets. Does go for Warlock off of that gateway. I don't know if he has a port available. Needs to maybe land a fear. I don't know if the Rogue is going to let a kick go. Mortal Coil is still available for a kick. Maybe just he's ascended, but the Rogue just chopping at him back to back of us. So he's striking the Warlock over and over, not letting the kick go in order to make sure the Warlock just can't get a cast off. Lucky Lackey, I don't think he got a chance to play last time, but I like his mog. I like his little hat, dude. It looks so good. IBF instantly versus Rogue. You are going into 44% dampening, so definitely playing aggressive here is the play. Is he a vamp build? Is that what he is? Is he a vamp build? Sunland? Not 100%. I think he might be. I think he just might be, actually. Oh, yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is a vamp strike. Just a quick old Clone Shadows around the corner. Death and Decay, so Guerreros can't even get the opener. And Guerreros' pets are going to get cut out in the open. Lucky Lackey is mounted up. He's going to try to pick up the eyes, but he doesn't get it. Unfortunately, binding shot out by Guerreros. He's looking to get some freebie damage. Lucky Lackey, unfortunately, does pick up the eye. Takes 5% more damage. It's going to put him in a rougher spot. Does he have any defenses? Like maybe AMS, but right now he's in a rough spot. Yeah, with all those pets, there's not much you can do. Dan or Stellari are going to be up next, and Stellari is trying to see if he can skulk over towards Guerreros. Flare down, traps available on either side, so whatever Stellari does, if he steps, knock back immediately. If he keeps on rushing, oh, walk into a freezing, does go for the trinket, make sure he gets a gouge, stun onto Guerreros. Guerreros with the trinket. If he can stay away from the Rogue, unfortunately, the kid is shot. Death Mark Kingsbane. You can't stop the burst of the Rogue anymore. The dots are in. All you can do is try to manage it, maintain yourself as best as you can. It is going to be Stellari with an evasion, so you can't even get stopped anyway. He got vanishes in case he needs to. Random pet spawns are going to be huge. Guerreros just dropped down a freezing trap in front of him. It is going to catch the Rogue, but you do have dots in you still. Guerreros is going to have to use everything he can just to survive. Cloak for the Rogue to make sure the stun does not go through, and then Venom does end up taking him out. That is so rough. Yeah, our pets are stronger than yours. Nice duel. No, the pets are really, really good. That being said, Moldy Bay is Advo. He is a Warlock that's been around these duels for a while. But yeah, his pets are really, really strong. Normally, we don't see Warlocks, Demonology in particular, play Soul Harvester. But Advo is doing a really good job with it, to be fair. Normally, it's not as strong, but he's really making it work. But yeah, Demonology Warlocks are insane for 1v1s, aren't they? I wonder how Blizzard is going to tune them for PvP with all those pets. Because you are going to have an easier time summoning pets. And you're going to be able to combine pets together. Like Demon Doggers get a free Hounds now. Charhound, Wild Fiend, or whatever. Ready? Beautiful. Bike, let me know when you're ready. And we'll send it. Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. But they got a bunch of other pets too. They got now imps that you can empower and sacrifice for stronger imps to shoot, crank more damage. You got Fel Guards that you can customize a little bit. You got a what's it called? A Doom Guard that you could just summon, like as an instant cast. Just be like, okay, summon you now. And you got a Tyrant that will melee people, and he like charges at you and like runs you down. Happy Saturday! What's up, Shade? Happy Saturday to you, my man. Happy one to you, my guy. Waiting on Bayek, and as soon as Bayek gives me the go ahead, we'll get another duel going. But yeah, those pets are rough though. They really, really are. They really are. I kind of wish Shadow Priest had like a stronger VE, because at some point they had a decent VE, like where you could dot up the pets. It would actually give you decent healing, or at least like a shield, I believe it was. Maybe it was a shield. At some point they kind of just like nuked it. Maybe it was just transition from one expansion to the next. We could do a Tol Viron. No, actually, should we do a Tol Viron? It's like a really good map for casters. Maybe we'll do not the biggest map, but not the smallest either. Let's do Dalaran sewers. I feel like we got quite a lot of casters here, and for Advo, as good of a caster as he is, like a massive map like Toberon, I imagine it's going to be Kite Fiesta for him. Sinbad, that's the guy, man. That is the guy. Hell yeah. I like the name. Wait, did I save this? I'm not even 100% if I did. Here we go. Beautiful. Here we are, boys. Okay, let's get ourselves another one going. Which? Got ourselves Azures over for the team one, ready to go. We got on this team also Bayek, we got Goers, Kurdi, as well as Sinbad. I like the fact that they allowed you, and it's surprising that they did the whole like, oh, we're adding these like trading post sets that are class specific, and then at some point they were like, all right, anyone can wear them. You know what I mean? Like at some point they were like, oh, this is a very class specific, and they're like, all right, anybody can wear them. I know it's a Demon Hunter set, but yeah, it's whatever. I also like how you got like the helm and the shoulder to be one way. I wish you could do like the left glove to also line up with that set as well, right? Get some kind of like a bright pink glove with some energy coursing out of it. That'd be sick, man. They need to let you have like different gloves as mogs. I think that would be so cool. They got shoulders going. You know what I mean? You could probably get glove slots going too. That'd be kind of awesome. It's going to be Lucky with an IBF, full immunity for magic damage for Bayek, but technically Lucky has a lot of physical damage. Those riders are doing a ton of auto attack melee damage. Same with the ghouls, same with the big A-bomb, all those things. So Lucky Lackey with IBF as well as Lichborn just to rotate even more defensive. So he's actually kind of okay for the most part. Try to see if we close the gap with Bayek. Bayek is down 1 immunity. That is going to be a lot of dot damage. Bayek choosing to actually trinket out of the blind. Silence to follow up. Does Lucky have enough damage to just continue the pressure? He's got himself another Apocalypse going. That's a lot of passive damage from all those pets. Bayek is taking hits after hits. Lucky's also in a rough spot. Needs to make sure he has got a way out of that stun. Does have a trinket for this one. Might be able to get a bubble out of Bayek, actually grip him in, but that's going to be leaving hands. For Lucky, that is a couple of death strikes, but he's still taking huge hits out from Bayek. With a full wake of ashes, that's a whole another set of dots rolling in. Lucky just trying to see if he can fight on and fight through if possible. I don't know if AMS was available, but Bayek did take him down. With Moldy gonna be up next. Bayek's favorite class to duel for sure. Man. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit tough. All you have is a bubble. It may, if Moldy gets a lot of pressure on you immediately, you may be immediate bubble and immediate pressure. I'm wondering if there's any opportunity to go for like an early bubble, but I feel like all his other forbearance buttons are on such a long cooldown, he may just have to find a way just to survive here. Again, Mr. No Skills back. Ow. Man, Demonology eating... Demonology catching strays, man. Man just wants to duel. Bayek, yeah, look at that burst. Look at that damage. Immediate bubble. Bayek had to make a play. He may have to go for a full defensive since Moldy just not letting him close the gap whatsoever. Blind does connect. Searing Glare is going to be very, very helpful. Unfortunately, those pets ignore the blinding effect of Searing Glare, but doesn't let's get to go for a follow-up stun. Able to get a lot of damage rolling in, but like, what do you do in that kind of a situation at this point? You're just in a rough spot. Has to go for self heals, has to go for recovery. Axtos feels really, really rough here. Does get himself a Wake of Ashes. Might just have to go for a self heals here fully through. Man, those pets are just absolutely tearing him apart. Like, there's no really way to just attack the pets to take him out of the equation either. You're just taking a ton of damage, man. Just a ton. Maybe outrun the pets, maybe put yourself in a better spot, but that Felguard, man, is just not going to let you go anywhere. Literally going for a stun of the pet. Maybe can get himself some button backup unavailable, is going to go for a trinket. Shield of Vengeance going back is going to be helpful. Gives you at least a breather, but no mana whatsoever. So for Moldy, the battle of attrition is definitely in his favor. Axe toss on the Bayek, all those pets are walking in and Shield of Vengeance falls off. Searing Glare, I don't know if it does anything for the pets, unfortunately. But Goers is going to be up next. Yeah, it's a tough one. Best thing about DK is going to be the same with Pets in Midnight. Oh, it's even going to be more pets. Yeah, it's going to be ghouls for days. It's going to be interesting how that's going to go, but definitely lots of ghouls, man. Razal Ghoul. It's going to be a bunch of them. Goer's got all the pets in the world onto Moldy Bay. All these, dude, all the T-Rexes. The entire Ongoro crater answered the call, it feels like. That or Shoulders are Basin. I'm pretty sure those pets are all there as well. But it's going to be stun onto Moldy. Axos on the Goeres does go for a trinket. Mortical looks like almost random through the wall just now. Moldy does get hit with the silence short bit, but he's just gonna have to find a way just to get a better angle onto Goeres. Guy's kind of all over the place. Gateway just to break himself away from the Goeres with a disengage, using it offensively just to see if he can run up at Moldy. But look at his blinking all over the place. I can't tell where he's at. Ready to join if spot is open? Okay, cool. We can definitely get you in, Johnny. Goeres with a setup where Binding Shot is down to Moldy, but Moldy I think is out in the open trying to get whatever procs he can. Does get some damage, some resources. Tyrant is going to be in play. That's going to be a lot of pets. Can Goeres deal with those pets? That is the question. He needs to make sure that that hound kind of turns away from the... Wait. Oh, he's attacking the rat. That's what I was thinking for a second. I was like, why is the Charhound attacking what looks like Moldy? But it was just a little rat. He just got a little plague rats over there. And to a full turtle. Moldy is in a good spot right now. He's got health. He's got that little jump jet in order to position him in a better spot. And Goeres, unless he's got like a way to lock down Moldy, he just recovered all that health. Moldy is going to have to go. Admo is going to have to go for a Warlock Hellstone, I think, because I don't think he has any. And Dan just kind of sitting in the corner on the walk-in, dude. Auto run. I'm pretty sure just to make sure he doesn't DC in the back or something. That's what... I looked away and Goeres is dead. I mean, he was pretty much on the death's door the entire time, but I didn't realize he just died right then and there. Fist of Fury out. Sinbad with full burst karma to make sure that Moldy cannot recover. He can't respond. Full Condi. Does Moldy have anything for this at all? He needs someone right here, right now, into an interrupt. Full burst. Sinbad not letting him do that. Any kind of reverses on it, dude. With that karma solidifies that win. Gouge onto Sinbad, cheap shot to follow, and that's going to be Stellari with everything available into a Kingsbane. Cloak of Shadows really early, as well as a Death Mark. Everything is available, knocking the rogue up, trying to see if he can uppercut him. But it's going to be a quick aim cap to the rogue as he goes in for a disarm, which doesn't really stop a lot of Monk's damage. Stops with Fury, but that's about it. It's so weird, but the dots do run him out. With Curdy trying to see if he can get a dot onto Stellari. Rogue is back behind the pillar, licking his wounds, trying to go for recovery. For Curdy, this is like the best spot to be in, man. I can always see myself instantly leaving up only in Demorlock will be on one team. Imagine pet spree bonanza, dude. There'll be so many pets, so many. Getting shot onto Curdy. Stellari just trying to see if he can back himself out of there. Letting the dots actually rot Curdy down quite a decent bit. He's actually did a decent job with those dots. Just going in for a Garrote to make sure Curdy cannot go for a cast. With a full fear, Curdy's in a good spot. He can stun Stellari, but that Rift is going to do work, especially with the Rift. Track and Stellari where he's at. He can just need AFK. Stellari almost did the damage though. He went for a Big King's Bane procs. He almost did the damage that he needed. That would have been amazing. Wait a second. Although the dots should wane now that the rogue is down. VE up for Curdy. Able to go for a lot of power pressure versus Pinkies. Pinkies with a trinket. Got himself Lava Burst. Silence to follow. Curdy just putting out pressure on him to try to stabilize. He's not going to be able to get a lot of health. 35% dampening. But man, the burst of Curdy just to take him out. Dan, you are the last one left, man. Curdy taken down 2. And he still has Dan to go up against, to contend with. Dan is just backing away to make sure the tentacles does not get freebie damage on him. But Curdy, he got dispersed. See if he can wait out until VE's back up and have some bursts for the VE. Maybe he can fight through the dampening and just barely maintain himself. It looks like Dan is giving Curdy a chance to go for a little bit of food with Mage buns. He's going to be tricking out for Curdy. Trying to get some damage. Void Torrent is huge, especially if Dan is going to be going from a distance. That's going to be freebie damage. Dan trying to see if he can run it out. And Curdy's just looking for a bit of that self-kill. While Dan letting that Rift just kite it out. Putting it into a wall, putting it into the floor. For Curdy, he got himself a bit of that halo. So he's looking like he's actually recovering quite a decent bit of health. You just got to make sure he does not let Dan close that gap too quickly. Dan still does have a human racial a little later. He does have a spell warden in case he needs it. Bubble is available in case he needs it. But for Curdy, the earlier you can get that full Rift going, the better, I think. Curdy with a stun. Does Dan use anything? He does not. Might be an immunity out for Dan. Big burst. He's gonna have to use something. I think it's gonna be Spell Warden to fill out Lay on Hands. For Curdy, that's an opportunity to maybe get some damage going. He's got a bunch of casts. VE is available. Desperate Repair is available. He also got Disperse in case he needs to. He looks like he's gonna go for Desperate Repair. Maybe he's gonna send VE a little later. I think right now maybe Disperse might be the play. He does not have a lot of help to work with. Disperse is the play right now. Dan can't go for a Spell Warden. So if Curdy is going to go for a bit of a VE, he's going to have to use it super early. question is, does he have enough dot damage onto Dan though? Because Dan is gonna melt here back a little bit. Is it enough to really pressure him though, is the question. I don't know if it is. But Curdy at least is given an opportunity to recover, sit down for some food, first aid for Dan, recovery for Curdy with a mage food, which is helping him tremendously. Wait, did Azure just turn somebody into dust? He just disenchanted a guy. He disenchanted Stellaria, I think. That's hilarious. Curdy with the fade. I don't know if he was able to fade a Hodge, but maybe. Very possible. For Curdy, I think he needs to go for full dot damage, full torrent, Dan with a bubble. Curdy with a massive spell. Juking it. Hold on. Dan is gonna still take the full rift. This could be huge for Curdy. Mass burst. Oh, so close. And Curdy does take it. Oh my god. Curdy picking up 3. Damn. I felt like Shadow Priest versus Paladin is like, it's a rough matchup, but then you somehow just got a lot of health. I mean, the sit downs when you got mage food, that was something. But then when you're like, not outside of those, you just started healing a bunch with the VE at this side dampening. I was so surprised by that. I was so surprised. I was nuts. Let's see if we can get ourselves another one going. Stellari and Bayek, let me know when you guys' teams are ready and we can send another one. Stellari will need a +1. Okay. Pass me lead and I'll take care of the whole group building thing. We'll see if we can fill one more. We'll see. If it takes too long, then we may call it, but I'll give it a try. We'll give it a shot. Oh wait, yeah, Johnny, you got a spot for you, man. We got a spot for you right here. If you are in chat, we got a spot. There we are on the DK. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hell yeah, we're going on Holy to play into the whole pet mechanics here because this is like the pet. What is it? The pet team. Beautiful. Bayek, let me know if you're ready and we'll send it. Oh my god, man, Mocha is so good. Holy, why don't I have this more in my life? Ready? Okay, we'll send it. We'll do a, do we do a 12 on? I don't think we can do a 12 on. We'll do a Black or Cold. That's at least a little better, right? A little less pet heavy. Well, is there a good map that's good against pets? Blade's Edge, maybe? Just because you can jump off and make those pets that go up and down ramps or whatever. Is that a good pet map? Because I feel like you could definitely get pincered by the pets, but also like outrun them on the bridge. Yeah. That usually is one of those maps that everybody dislikes. We could do that though. We could try it. We could give it a go. Potentially. Yeah, let's try to see if we can do that. We'll try to see if we can do a 12 on and then maybe like a Blade's Edge, right? A caster map and then like a anti-pet map and see how it goes. I'm assuming this pet's still going to be deadly. Talked about this out there. Remember what the talk we had? I have a memory of a goldfish, Wes. I remember parts of talks. I remember when you said the. You said too many rogues, too many paladins. I can't do anything about that. Sorry. Which. Got ourselves team 1 together with Azures. It's not going to be first. It's going to be Sinbad first up. And that team we got ourselves Curdy, Guerreros, and Bayek. And Sinbad is going to have to go up versus Dan to win or win the trinket really early on. But Sinbad is going to crash him back in, but Dan just continues to run out. Doesn't Clash normally root you in place? I think it does, unless it was like a Hand of Freedom still on him. It was like yoink, but still kept going. Is going to try to see if he can back away. Karma really early by Sinbad together with the Diffuse Magic. So he's just trying to see if he can go for like whatever counter damage to make sure Dan cannot respond, I guess. Which is really, really aggressive. And he's actually taking the aggression with the full exit. Conti is actually going to go through the bomb. Oh no! Dan, the bomb to get out of a stun. I think he was just trying to see if he could use that as a CC breaker. But then seeing the Conti continue to pulse and pulse and pulse, having to burn a bubble. Sinbad is an orb spot defensively, unless he's still got wall. He does have wall. Pre-wall, and this is huge. But that wall is going to give him an opportunity just to keep the pressure rolling in together with Shu Wan joining in. He actually may be able to make something happen here. He is slowed by the consecration, which is unfortunate, but if he's got any big damage, If he's got another big setup, Fist of Fury is also huge. Unfortunately, Dan able to back away from it. Clash for a second, try to go for a knockup. I think the Clash kept him in place though. Lay on hands for a moment. Sinbad will need something here. He's got some burst, but unfortunately, unless you got a lockdown or another big defensive, there isn't much you can do. But the burst this man's got and how aggressive he plays, I really do like it. I really do like it. I am wondering if Bucks are going to be as this aggressive in Midnight though. Just because you don't have like, it feels like their damage profile is so weird. The burst with Zenith just feels off. It's like, it give you more Fist of Furies and more Rising Sun kicks, but question is Blizzard going to be able to like tune it correctly? Instant slow with the poison cycling through Dan with a silence and a bit of healing and damage decrease. It's going to actually rush out while those pets are going to start accumulating around Dan. That's going to be a lot of pressure, and you don't have lay on hands or nothing. Goer just needs to live. Dan got a Wake of Ashes. He just needs to make sure that Wake at least dots up Goer super hard. Blind, he's going to be able to break out of it very quickly. Dan barely keeping himself alive, but unfortunately Goer is with those pets. So many rats, dude. The plague rats are everywhere. Able to take him out. The rats are so hard to see, by the way. Like, actually impossible. They're so tiny. I'm sure if we turn on health bars, you'll be able to see it, but in this spectator, I can only see player health bars. Unfortunately, knockback to Pinkies. He does get himself a stone to Goer's. Potentially maybe a good setup. Goer's backing up out of there with a turtle. He just doesn't want to find out if Pinkies got any big go. But Pinkies is still in an okay spot. I think maybe like even putting flame shocks on the pets may not be that bad idea. Just so you can get more lava burst. And actually getting stunned this early is not a bad move for him. Actually not a bad move at all. Does Goer have some more pets? Does he got even more? Yeah, he's actually just overloading, just piling all those pets on Pinkies. So Pinkies could be in trouble. Wall with a bulwark. He's able to use a lot of defenses here. Into a stun. Goer's looking for a kick. If he gets that, it could be huge for him. I don't know if he's got silence on top of it too. Knockback for a second. Does have a kick, but do want to deal with the lava burst though. The insta cast of those might be really dangerous. With Goer's trying to see if he can maybe get himself a better angle. Healing surges are out and Goer's backing himself out of there ASAP. Goer's actually got a low on health unless he got a stun lock. I don't know if he can really take down Pinkus here by himself. He may need more pets. He may need to wait for some cooldowns. That bit of the pet sack to try to see if he can live a little. That's going to stop at least some of that crit damage on him. But Pinkies though, does he have pets? It's just one. Actually, a couple of rats and a couple of pets. That's not bad. He's actually okay. He's actually okay. As long as he doesn't have too many pets, he'll be okay. Goer's is going to take a lot of that freebie damage from the totem. It actually is not like, not ignorable damage. That magma totem can actually do a lot, man. Unless Shaman Chad will lose. Yo, we'll see if Shaman does it, man. Seeing Shamans and how strong they are, like good self heals, great damage, good utility. They're pretty good in that 1v1 scenario. Not always easy for them, but they're generally pretty good. They're generally pretty strong. But they take quite a bit of damage. Now the wall is down. Lots of pets from Goer. He got himself ramp up. Unfortunately, Burrow a little bit late for him. I think it was a silence too. Wall was available, but it's a little rough there, man. I'm hoping the Shamans are not going to be in a bad spot at midnight, just because they're taking away the whole like frost shock, like the icy interaction with some of the spells. That could be a little tough. And it's going to be Goer's diving into a camo, trying to see if he can get himself a reset. Moldy Bay, Advo, got himself all those pets all around the corner here. With Goer just trying to see if he can back up out of there. He's just sprinting. The aspect of the cheetah just to get himself out of dodge. Let that camo tick up on him with the trap around the corner, rooting out the pet. He's actually in an okay spot. Moldy just trying to see if he can get some kind of pressure on maybe all the pets. Does he not have eyes? No, he doesn't actually. He did lose the eyes. And Goer is just going to wait this out. Actually, not a bad move. He's got cooldowns coming up very soon. About a minute on the Call of the Wild. 20 seconds on the Exhilaration. So he's actually fine waiting. He's actually okay. But that Fiend is going to attack him from around the corner, though. Does get the pets back in the Moldy. But the Axe Toss come through into an immediate Axe Toss Mortal Coil follow-up. Does get a silence short. So Tyrant does not come through immediately. Goer is going to go for the turtle in order to dampen some of the damage from those demons. Especially that big purple one. The really scary nightmare-looking one. That guy's a lot. That guy does a lot of damage. Moldy, though, getting super aggressive with mobility, actually charging at Goer's, forcing him behind the pillar where all the other demons are surrounding him. Does go for the wall, looking to potentially get more pets in and run down Moldy. Might just be able to do so. Moldy's taking huge hits. Does go for a board. Goer's needs to make sure that those pets are Moldy the entire time. Can they go around? I was thinking, I seen the pets kind of glitch out there by the iron. What is it? Grate? I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to find their way around it or not. Does get himself even more pets in. Another gateway available in case he needs to charge in. That is going to be a bit of a... the freezing trap is literally stopping all those pets if he can. Are the rats still on ya? Yeah, the rats are still on ya. Guerreros will not be able to catch a camo as long as his pets are in combat, unfortunately. So unless Moldy Bay like stops attacking them, yeah, Guerreros with the faint death, unfortunately still in combat, unfortunately still surrounded, knocking those pets out, got himself a bit of the pet sack, but that's going to be a big demon in play. Axe toss, it is over. It is over. That is so much damage, so much pressure, so much damage. With Azures, no, it's not going to be Azures, it's going to be Curdy up next. Curdy up next. For Mold, I don't know what he can do, man. He does go for a reflect early. Curdy doesn't even dismount. He's just fine, just floating after Molding. With a full stun. Dark back in play. Fear to follow up. And it's going to make sure he got himself the most amount of damage. I think he was just to make sure he got himself the biggest Void Torrent. And that's exactly what he's got. Huge damage. Moldy picking up a lot of healing. Gloomhound, more pets. Axos and Curdy. That is a huge rift that is just going to consume, devour the Warlock, unfortunately. With the Rogue instantly garroting Curdy. Instantly full Kingsbane. I think he tried to see if he could fade. I don't know if he was able to. Yeah, it's going to be dope. That's going to be dispersed. I don't even know if he lives to disperse. 37% dampening. That healing is going to be out the window. Try to heal. It's over. It's over. That's so rough. With Bayek going to be up next. Blind on the Rogue. Unfortunately, does not set up blind. But the Rogue is dotted. The Rogue is in combat, so it's going to be much harder for him to really catch a reset. It's time to follow him. Blind right after him. As he got himself a trinket gouge to follow him. As he got himself a couple of dots. Bit of that dim. Shift to follow. Disarm right after. But the Rogue is out, man. It's over. The dot damage is just tough. With Leo, last one left over for the team too. Walking into a 40% dampener, man. He ain't gonna... This place is way too damn, dude. Humidity in this arena is way too high. Try to see if we can just take down Bayek. Bayek having to go for a bubble immediately. I think Bayek... Does he even go for a reset here? 41% dampening. He's just trying to get whatever healing he can. Searing Glare onto Leo, but I'm pretty sure he had... Bubble! He stole the bubble? Oh, it's over. Jesus, man. The bubble steal is massive. The steal on that bubble is actually diabolical. Oh man, I was thinking with Bayek, like, man, maybe like you just bubble and go counter aggressive, but like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I didn't realize Leo stole it. Yeah, you know, come from Leo. I do like the fact that he used it. Like in terms of us doing duels, I don't see a lot of Death Knights doing that, but it is an effective strategy, right? It is effective, especially like that late into the match, dampening being this high. Like you only have one option to bubble, and Leo try to see. Is Leo just dead? Oh, that Phoenix is so gonna kill ya. Oh, that Phoenix is so gonna kill ya. Bro, oh my god. Holy, he's barely alive. Oh man, the burst at the end when you have this high dampening. Where's picking up too? Well done. Well done. Hell yeah. Alrighty, let's see if we can get one more for the night, man. That was really, really good. I like how bursty things got at the end. Just absolutely shellacking each other around. So yeah, Bayek and Stellaris, let me know if you guys are good. We'll send probably last one for the night. And then we'll see what we do next week. Maybe duels, maybe not. Maybe a Friday only, if we do any. But yeah, let me know if you guys are good. If you see like our teams. And thank you, Bayek. Thank you so much for joining in and helping us with the groups, man. I really do appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Bayek is ready, beautiful. Stellari is ready, beautiful. We'll send last one. We'll do a, we'll do Blade's Edge. If you guys don't like pets, Blade's Edge should make those pets a little bit less good. So if you want to jump off the bridge, having those pets chase it down the ramp, that is a play. I saw Combustion with that. With what it would do for me. I saw Combustion with what that would do for me. I don't know actually. What the hell would that do for me? I have no idea. I've never tried it. I wonder if there was ever, probably at some point there was a video of like when Dark Sim was added, of players playing Dark Sim and seeing what it does for the Death Knight, right? What spells can you steal? What effects does it have? But imagine if you steal Combustion and like all your abilities are guaranteed crits. That would be sick. That would be sick. I'm sure it's all like, I'm sure the spells like all fire abilities are guaranteed crits. So I'm sure it does nothing. But that'd be insane if it gives you like 100% crit guaranteed. That'd be cool. That'd be so cool. But I have no idea. I guess I'm assuming you wanted like a block rather, but in that situation there's just not much you can really get. There's just a lot of pressure against you. Which Got ourselves Azures all for the team one. We're ready to go. Not only with fire spells, is it actually everything? That'd be crazy. Back on that team, we got Goeris, Curdy, and Sinbad. We were just talking about with Leo. He was first in against Azures, and he did Dark Sim, and he was able to spell steal Combustion. And we were wondering, like, what does it do? Does it give DK 100% guarantee of crits? That might be worth testing, honestly. Pink is going to be first up versus Sinbad, Earth Elemental, but Sinbad is going to go for a Trinket. Got himself a lot of damage, knock up on the Pinkies, and Pinkies is just going to go for a flight, man, into a burrow. Man went from the sky high down below into the ground, just trying to see if he could bust himself out of there. Ascend is in play with a Karma, unfortunately reversing a lot of the damage that Pinkies has back to him. But he's got Bulwark, looking for a healing surge, cannot be interrupted, Stormkeeper, but Sinbad actually used a lot of defenses, so I'm wondering if Pinkies has any kind of pressure to take out Sinbad. He's got himself the brew, the Fort Brew as well, so that's his last bash of defense, and he's gonna go for a quick port. Is he going to report? Yeah, port back in to continue the combat, continue the fight. He got himself an out for a second with a big damage on the Pinkies. Unless Pinkies can somehow find a way to break away from Sinbad, he's going to be lights, man. Good knockback on him, but Pinkies, unless you catch up and healing quick, you're in a rough spot. And Sinbad, my question is, does he have the mobility? Got himself a roll from around the corner with more Guardians dropping in for Pinkies. Maybe just enough damage. Maybe enough burst. Oh, the Earthshock crit. The Earthshock crit. He found the crit. And that's going to be immediate interrupt out of Azure. Is not going to give Pinkies a chance to recover. But he did find that Earthshock that he needed. Well done. Well done. Man. That was so good. Danduin is going to be up next. He's got himself the big old, what you call it? That big old mount. What do you call that thing? MK Gear Grinder 11? MK11 Gear Grinder? Is that what it is? It's Gear Grinder. I don't know about the all the other monikers or whatever, the numbers, the letters, acronyms, whatever they may be. Azure's in a good spot where you just blast out Dan with a combustion. Dan better be very careful, bro. The damage of that Phoenix that sneaks up on you. That Phoenix is harder than Azure's, I think. I'm pretty sure it actually cranks harder than Azure's. That Phoenix is so strong. As soon as it drops down those big meteors or it gets a big old like arcane blast into a G-Pie into you, it's damage out of left field. Azure's is going to have to find a way to deal with Stellari. Going for greater invis just to give himself 60% damage reduction. Dots are on Stellari. He doesn't have Ultra for this one. May have to sit down for Mage Foot immediately. He's kind of lagging a little bit. Maybe looking for a block. Those dots are still hurting you a ton. Trying to see if he can get himself some healing. Maybe looking for a block. Breath into Stellari, using that mobility just to escape for a second. Smoke bomb down for Stellari. Is it going to be enough? Azure's just trying to see if he can sit down for food again. Maybe looking for that block. If the dots are way too much damage, then his health bar, it is going to be immediate execute. Playing around at 10% health is deadly. A bit of reversal. Still continue to plunge damage into Stellari. Phoenix right after needs to block. He needs to block. He's letting Cauterize just keep him alive. He's like, as long as I don't caught, I'm okay. Because that caught will be his last bastion of defense. Because that sudden demise for Rogue will be countered by caught. It will be immediate damage, but at least caught will save you. It will reverse whatever killing blow you got. But a Gouge got rode Azure's into a cheap shot. It is going to be Kingsbane. Still got caught in case he needs to. Shields are available. Ultra time is up too, so you can at least reposition. Cloak or Shadows, he can't really stop it. Got himself shifting power. Needs a shield real quick in order to stop a lot of the ticking down damage. He's also got combustion, but looks like the blaze is rotting him down. Unfortunate for him. But great for Stellari with Goeris, trying to see if he can stop Stellari from catching a reset. The pets are in play. He's able to get even more of them. Stellari, yeah, you just got a lost it out in the open. Vanish is not going to help you, unfortunately. Cheap shot, go road. All you can do is maybe get some dots on the Goeris, but he can't stop it. He can't stop it. It's way too much damage. Cheap death proc, and so he's able to live a little longer. Pets are slowed even just a little bit. Stellari, whatever damage you can, whatever envenoms you can get on Guerreros, that's gonna help you. Actually, enough of a slow, maybe catch a reset? Yo, if you catch a restealth off of that, I'm so surprised. I am surprised. Did I like blind one of the pets or something? Like a little rat? He's gonna go for a quick step. Wait, Kingsbane? No way Stellari brings it back. Oh, no way he brought it back. I thought it was over. Dude, I said it once, I said it twice, I said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it again. Rogues get away with some of the most insane things, dude. Where it's like, alright, looks like the rogue is 100% dead. There's no way this man is recovering. And somehow he just pulls through. Out of all the classes out there, I feel like I've seen that happen to rogues the most. Isaac picked up for Curdy, but a quick Saparoo by Stellari, able just to get himself a bit of control into Curdy. A bit more control. Keep him out in the open. Did he fear? Yeah, he did go for a fear. I was thinking for a second. Stellari is just playing it super safe. I think it's because no Kingsbane for a while, so you can't follow up. Cloaker Shadow's in 15, so like if he wants to run out now, he's just gonna put himself in danger. Vanish is available, but like, is it even gonna let you fully escape? Maybe. But I think he's gonna have to go for a Garrote here. Step, but it's gonna be stun out for Curdy. Stellari at least has Cloak coming up, so you could cloak this. He can't catch up to Curdy. He can vanish. That's gonna help him break away from the rift for a second. Garrote into Curdy, able to go for damage. Is going to be Kingsbane. Cloak Shadows to follow up, so he actually can put a lot of pressure. Curdy with a PI, needs to go for a heal. Into an interrupt. I think he might be in a bit of a rough spot. Does he have anything paid for a moment? But I think, yo, Stellari! Stellari, what is this, man? He just continued to do damage after damage after damage. Yeah, I think it was Curdy just trying to see if he could, like, okay, I'm fine, kind of okay, can delay disperse, There's no way Bayek. Yeah, Bayek with just the dots. He's just not gonna let the rogue out. Ain't happening. It ain't happening. Man. Yeah, make a tour would come. Oh, really? Maybe Tuesday or something. Yeah. Call everyone on stream. What? Call everybody on stream to go to my house. My house, unfortunately, Dan, is on NA, so I need to hop on into a different realm. I don't have one set up on EU. Would be cool if I could take that same house and just like copy paste it onto EU so you guys could see exactly how it is. I would keep it updated if anything. It looks cool on the inside. It looks like a night elf like fortress on the outside essentially. Kind of neat. Not original, but it's kind of neat. Leo with a full stun. Try to see if he can spell steal summon from Bayek. Bayek with a silence is gonna have to bubble it. He's gonna have to bubble it. Yeah, there goes the bubble. And I'm pretty sure Leo not solo bubble. If Leo has any burst to follow up, Bayek is just in a rough spot, man. Maybe Shield of Vengeance. Maybe something than anything. Let's go for the Dwarf Rocker on Racial. Is it me lagging or is it them? I think it might be me at this point, isn't it? Bayek just trying to live whatever he can, man, but it's just going to be rough. It's going to be a lot of burst damage. Man, dude, what did that rogue got away with absolute slaughter. What is that damage? Man, I swear, dude, rogues get away. I'm wondering if that's going to stay in midnight because we are losing some tools for PvP. Some. Not a lot. Can't complain. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm a rogue. I'm not complaining. Not complaining. Needed versus Death Knight. Shadow Chicken versus Rogue needed. Yeah, Death Knights are really strong. Is Dark Sim going away? Because is that staying? That's still such a good tool, man. That's still so good because it's like a full stun into a silence and you just can't do anything. It's so good. Alrighty, boys. I think we'll call it. Careful, people. I think we will call it evening. Great game for sure, man. Great game for sure. Sad. Yeah, I'm thinking, the more I'm thinking about it, chat, the more I'm thinking we should just not do duels next week. Maybe Friday. Maybe Friday. But I'm kind of lurking out. We'll keep it up in the air. We'll figure it out. I am kind of leaning towards like not doing duels next week and waiting until midnight is here. Skeletu, how you doing, my guy? Welcome. We're pretty much just done with the duels, man. But hey, hope you're doing good. The stream is going to be in a VOD, so if you want to go back and watch them, or just wait for like the best clip, the best of the best plays. If you want to wait for those to come out as a separate video, that can also work too. But hey, Advo, by the way, if you're in chat, my man. Very happy to see you again, my guy. Very happy to see you. Hopefully we'll see you around for midnight more often. Yeah, try to see if you can get Krager to join us, man. See if you can get Krager in here sometime, man. Thank you for popping in, dude. Super fun hanging out with ya. For night. Thank you so much, Bayek. I appreciate you, man. Without Bayek, chat, we wouldn't have been able to make games going. So this man is a national treasure in my book. Absolutely a national treasure. Thank you, man. Actually saved the stream. Not a lie. Whoa, just a warm up. It's early. I know, Curdy. I know. Yeah, but I think it's the end of an expansion, man. I am tired of War Within. I think it's gonna be nice and refreshing once we come back at midnight. We'll see if we do some Friday maybe, but again, it's up in the air. I'm not 100%. Maybe I'll stream Friday, but maybe not duels. Maybe we'll just hang around the beta or something. Maybe I'll just take a weekend off just so like I could refresh and I could back in. Midnight pre-patch comes out, we're just in full swing, rocking content, duels, all that, you know. That'll be really fun. I think that'll be very, very fun. Because it'll be fun because we will have Devourer, we'll have rogue changes, we'll have all these class changes. It'll be really, I think it'll be enjoyable. I think it'll be sick. I just cannot wait, man. I literally cannot wait. Alrighty, you guys have a wonderful one. I am gonna go get myself something to eat. I'm also probably gonna go for a walk too if the it's still warm. Okay, maybe I'll still go for a walk either way. I tried to go for a walk before the stream. I had to cut it really super short because I didn't have a lot of time, but I love going for walks, man. I don't know what it is. But I'll see you guys I'll see you guys the next one. Yep. See you guys Tuesday at the very bare minimum. We'll do stuff. But yeah, yo, Dan, be here Tuesday, Wednesday. I can show you my house, what it all looks like. I think I showed it on stream once, but I can do it some other time. Yeah, it will show to you. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I also saw 3. Yeah, Stellar. I think the game did not like. I think it actually yoinked a kill from you. I think you were supposed to get 3 kills. I think it literally just denied you a kill. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why. Alrighty, boys. You guys have a wonderful one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on Tuesday. Alrighty, have a wonderful weekend as well. Peace.